George Morrison. Then on either flank, Kai Williams and Tom McGlinchey, and Daniel Creaney, their leading goal scorer with 8 goals, starts through the middle. On the bench for both sides, for City, Fallowfield, Akinyemi, Watson, Chadwick, Thomas, Ajiboy and King. And for the home side, Cockrell, Mollett, Kennedy Digi, who had a short loan spell at York City a few years back, Fletcher, Ray, Phillips, Enoru and Ponticelli, who they signed yesterday, striker from Hales Owen. Referee this afternoon is Sam Mulhall. That is his whistle you just heard in the background. This game is underway. York City kicking from left to right towards the small number of home fans that are on the very small terrace behind the goal away to our right-hand side. Tamworth kicking from right to left. There are a ridiculous number once more of York City fans away behind the goal to our left-hand side. York City in their white kit. Do you know what officially that colour is? Or at least City would like you to have you believe what colour that kit is today, Ian?
Well, we know it's... What is it? Is it something strange? It looks white.
It looks white. Coconut milk, apparently. But make of that what you will.
I would go for marshmallow.
I would go for white. City have it at the back with Fagan Walcott, and he gives it to his goalkeeper, Harrison Mail, in his all-orange kit this afternoon. Jasbir Singh is in an all-yellow kit at the other end of the field. Fagan Walcott, he has it. He's starting on the right of those two centre-backs today. 50 seconds gone, 0-0 BBC Radio York. Harrogate Town beaten in the early kick-off today at Tranmere. Long diagonal ball, defender misses it, picked up by Sinclair just outside the penalty area, far side of the field. He's forced back up though to Aguiar, who, as Joe Felix tends to do when he's not in possession, he just inverts, comes a little bit further forward, drops into midfield to try and create that extra man. Howe now has it at the back for York City, and the home team have everyone back behind the ball, and everyone's just stood still temporarily. And now Howe will send a long diagonal ball out to this right-hand side to Felix, who brings it down his chest really well. Joe Felix, just outside the penalty area, goes towards the corner flag, gets across into the box, nicked away off Ollie Pearce's toe, and picked up though by York City by Ashley Nathaniel George. Get out of the way, referee. Hunt goes back to Howe. Decent start by City. Now to Aguiar on the left-hand side. Both dugouts on the far side of the ground. Adam Hinshelwood in his red cap, of course. Learned from his mistake at Forest Green a couple of weeks back. Howe now again to Aguiar, man of the match in that FA Trophy win 7 days ago. City now travelling to Gainsborough on the 4th of January. An excellent opportunity for them to progress further in that competition. Howe once more being left the ball and can give it to Felix in acres of space, just sitting back here. Felix can come forward 20 or 30 yards down this right hand side towards the edge of the penalty area, and then he puts the brakes on and goes back to Batty. Quite happy to sit and let York City have the ball here, Ian, at Tamworth.
They are, yeah, they're just maybe weighing City up, but actually I don't think City have given Tamworth a chance because they've been starting really quick again.
Nathaniel George
football
comes in off this right hand side, gives it to Hunt, he sends it across to Sinclair on the left. Couple of guys just stand up in front of us. Then there's an overlapping run down the outside by Aguiar. He gets there before the corner flag. Cross comes into the box. Going to be cleared though by Tamworth. Down the centre of the field, looking for Creaney. Creaney wins the flick on, and he's got a runner off him on the right hand side for Tamworth. McGlinchey, I think it is, over there. He goes to ground, and the official gives the free kick just outside the penalty area, tight on the right hand side touchline.
Looked a soft one to me, but neither Batty or Fagan Walcott are complaining to the referee. But yeah, it's been a quick start again from City, keeping the ball, moving it around quickly, not really hurting the opposition, but certainly making them work hard to win the ball back. But something for City to defend here. The big boys going forward, look. Yeah.
First time City have to do some defending. They've got 3 or 4 tall players, but they're not a huge team, Tamworth, to say everyone seems to think they're very direct.
No, that's true. Their big lad is bigger than ours. 26, who's that? Number 26, Hayden Hollis.
Yeah, the centre-back who couldn't play in the trophy win on penalties at Hartlepool on Tuesday because he had to work, which is everything. One of 2 part-time teams in this division, of course, along with Wealdstone. Free kick on the far side. It's going to be swung into the York City box now, and it comes onto the penalty spot. One in the air by Callum Howe. Picked up on this near side, sent back here, appeals for handball. Second chance to take the shot on the bouncing ball. It clears the bar and hits the back of the stand that houses those York City supporters behind the goal.
Yeah, that was Jordan Cullinane-Liebird. That was a proper centre-half shot. Struck it, lashed it, didn't he? Way over the bar.
He did. This is on an artificial surface. There's still a little bit of a slope. The slope's not as pronounced as it used to be. You can see by looking across the corner flag down where the York City fans are, far side of the field, where the pitch used to be. There used to be a real slope, about a foot going across the pitch from corner to corner. They've taken out lots of that slope, slope, but there is still a little bit of a slope, so it runs from the far side all the way diagonally across the pitch to this end that we're just situated in.
I sent a photo to my wife and she wasn't sure whether it was ice or water on top of it. I think it's just warm.
It looks at different shades, 2 or 3 different shades of green.
Yeah.
Fagan Walcott, that's a nice ball again to Felix down this right side. Felix takes his eye off the ball and it goes into touch for a throw-in. 0-0, BBC Radio York coming up to 5 minutes on the clock.
Unlike Joe Felix, he's good at receiving that ball on the touchline. Just got his touch wrong on that occasion. Lost the ball, rolled under his foot.
Throw-in about to be taken by Fairlam. Down the line, looking for Craney. Over his head, Fagan Walcott heads clear. Craney nods it back forward. Now it'll fall to Howe, who gives it the big up and under. Headed forward by Cullen and Lyrebird. Creaney just got away from his man there from Alex Hunt. He's picked up, I said, the area. Hunt managed to curl his foot round that, stretch his foot round the man, hooks it clear. Then the shot comes in again from Tonks from about 30 yards. And again, it's high, it's wide. And it's into the York City fans behind the goal. They've just been told to calm down by a couple of stewards in orange jackets.
Yeah, City fans finding the first 2 shots humorous because they have been terrible. But still getting space and time just on the edge of the box there, Tonks.
A pretty big police presence as well in Tamworth.
Yeah.
When we arrived just before lunchtime. Sent forward by Hunt. Took a little nick off Ollie Pearce. It was meant for Nathaniel George, and that nick took it away from Nathaniel George. Fairlam, he's one of those wingers that's been converted, has been turned into a left back that we were talking about in the build-up to this match. With number 11 on his back, so he's still got the winger's number, despite playing at the back for most of this season for Tamworth. Long ball, again, hopeful down the centre of the field. And that goes all the way through once more to Harrison Mail. 813-33 on the text if you want to get in touch with us today. Start your message with the word York. 08000 321 333 again. Start your message with the word York if you want to WhatsApp us. You're more than welcome to do so. Aguiar sends it forward. Headed away as far as Sinclair. Sinclair to Pearce in the centre of the field. He just dropped in. Pearce goes for the return ball to Sinclair and he finds him. Sinclair keeps it in play by the corner flag. Needs a bit of help over there and he finds it through Hunt. Back up towards halfway City. Aguiar now to Batty. Batty once more to Howe. Batty back again to Callum Howe. Tamworth sitting off every time that Callum Howe have got the ball, as teams are generally tending to do now.
And then closing down Batty when he does receive the ball.
I realise that maybe his range of passing isn't as great as a.
It's certainly something we rely on, but Aguiar's going to get the space.
No, he's giving the long diagonal ball again. Felix in acres of space every time City have the ball down this right hand side. Now he plays it round the corner to Nathaniel George. He's got 2 men up against him. Throw into York by the corner flag.
That could be part of the tactic as well. Batty dropping in gets closed down quickly, but Aguiar can do that role, maybe not quite as well as Batty, as from what we've seen so far this season, but he can certainly find a pass. And he can come in on that right foot as a left back.
Felix goes short to Batty. He gets it back now to Nathaniel George. That's the sort of position where the long throw would have been implemented if it was Tamworth who had it. Nathaniel George spreads it across the field to Hunt. He gets it back again from Aguiar. Now City once more have to go back to Howe. Excuse me. Now Aguiar again to Howe. Again Felix, loads of space on this near side right in front of us. If City want to spread it across this near side. Sinclair on the left. Back again to Aguiar. This time it will come to Felix. A little bit of fade on the ball right at him. Controls. Now he can run forward, can Joe Felix. Infield he goes to Nathaniel George. He goes central. Hits the referee, does it? Yeah. Get out of the way, referee. That's twice the referee's got in the way here in the opening 8.5 minutes. First time the ball just about missed him. That time it hit him flush in the shins. What's he doing in that position, the referee?
I'm not sure. He's got himself in a pickle, didn't he? And right in the middle of play, which is unusual for referees. They usually stay out of the play.
Hunt, uncontested drop ball, tries to feed it forward, headed clear by Tamworth at the back. Tonks, again, another long ball down the centre of the field by Milnes. And it's picked up by the leading goal scorer, Creaney. He sends it across this left-hand side. Good tackle comes in on Williams there by Felix. Now Nathaniel George wins it back for York City. Batty, Felix, he gives it to Howe. Bit of space for the York City captain. Howe into midfield to Armstrong. Possibly his first touch, Marvin Armstrong. 0-0. Coming up to 10 minutes on the clock. Hunt this time spreads it down the centre. Nathaniel George, just couldn't bring it under control. It goes through to Jasbir Singh.
I thought Hunt was going to ping it all the way out to Felix, and he didn't. He showed the eyes to Felix, but he put it over the middle for actually Nathaniel George. If he had just connected that.
I thought that too. Welcome to listeners on DAB. We've lost connection, hopefully temporarily, at Rushall Olympic against Scarborough Athletic. I think it's probably still 0-0 in that game. So welcome to this game here, this National League game between Tamworth and York City. It's 0-0 here as well. Neither goalkeeper yet called into action. The ball goes into touch for a Tamworth throw in deep inside their own half once more on this near side. Throw in taken. Back to Singh, and he gives it back to Fairlamb. Fairlamb clears long downfield. Fagan Walcott nods clear for City. One in the air by Milnes. And Morrison, and now they spread it out to the right hand side, trying to turn Ricky Aguiar. Aguiar does well though, holds his man off and it drifts behind, and that'll be a goal kick to City. 0-0 it remains.
Yeah, good
10.5 minutes gone.
Sorry, good play from Aguiar, just shepherding the ball out. If they were going to target Ricky Aguiar, I've seen no evidence of it just yet. David?
No, they've not really had enough of the ball though to do much with it, apart from a couple of hefty lumps down the centre of the field. Pearce drops in on the centre circle on the stretch, gives the ball away. Won back though by Felix. Hunt to Nathaniel George on this right hand side. Pearce now trying to get forward. Nathaniel George gets inside his man, can hit it. He does hit it, it's blocked. Falls back to Dan Batty. Batty now to this right hand side to Felix, just outside the penalty area. Goes one way, then comes back on his left foot, and it comes into the box. Headed clear once more by the home team. To the edge of the box, two York City players go for the same ball, Aguiar and Hunt. Aguiar takes it off Hunt. They were both shaping up for the volley there and then got in each other's way. Felix, Nathaniel George are standing off him once more. Nathaniel George is going to come in on that left foot. Spreads it to the edge of the area instead to Pearce, who can't get there on the stretch. Won back by Hunt. And now Tamworth will get it. No, they don't. Batty wins it for City. Good tigerish play in the centre of the park from York City. Felix once more, cross into the box. And this time it will be cleared by Hollis.
Good pressure from York City there, keeping the ball well and winning it back when they did lose it.
That'll be a York City throw-in.
A little bit more quality around the edge of the box, and City could have caused Tamworth some problems there. Nathaniel George looks really good in possession of the ball, but his pass just didn't find Ollie Pearce.
Early goals in the National League. Altrincham 1, Sutton United 0, and Oldham 0, Wealdstone 1.
Wow.
So on scoreline you'd maybe expect, although Sutton have picked up recently. Altrincham, though, we know how strong they are at home, but Wealdstone ahead at Boundary Park. Early stages, of course, in all those games. Forest Green, the late kick-off, so City win here today. They know they will be staying top of the National League tonight. Nathaniel George gives away possession as he tries to feed it off to Batty, but then Tamworth give away possession too. Of course, they've got this big FA Cup tie here against Tottenham to look forward to in the new year. Of Tamworth, will their eyes be taken off the ball today, or will they be fighting to get a place in the starting 11 for that game?
Well, a kick looks like Tottenham's, doesn't it? A little bit.
Hunt round the corner. Nathaniel George got around the back and he's put a cross in. And he wins York City a corner on the stretch. First corner kick of the game, and it goes to the Minster men. 0-0 here on BBC Radio York.
Yeah, done really well there. Alex Hunt just seen ANG's run inside the box, and he managed to win his team a corner there, ANG, because I think the ball was running out of play.
Hard to beat on their own turf this year. Only been beaten twice. Hartlepool and Altrincham, the only two sides to have come here and won so far. Much more suspect away from home at Tamworth. Hunt gets ready to take this corner kick. Goes short along the byline to Sinclair. Sinclair back heel to Hunt. Pulls it to the edge of the area. No one there in a York City shirt. And Tonks is able to clear.
Really good design move, though.
It was. Armstrong now. Left hand side, just outside the penalty area, lays it off back to Aguiar. He puts a deep cross in. Goalkeeper, it's the bar! Goalkeeper missed it. It hit the bar and rebounded out into the centre of the penalty area. So unfortunate. Fortunate, depending on which way you look at it.
Yeah, I think he went for that, Aguiar. I really do. I don't think it was a cross. I think he's gone for the shot. And my word, it caused the goalkeeper all sorts of problems. An inch or two lower and it's in the back of the net.
Did he get fingertips to it? I don't know.
I think he maybe did, you know.
Anyway, free kick's been given just outside their own penalty area here to Tamworth. Let's have a look on the replay. So Armstrong lays it off to Aguiar, 35 yards from goal on this left-hand side. No, it's an overhit cross. I don't think the goalkeeper does get anything on it. No. Crashes into the middle of the bar. It stays 0-0. Fairlamb's going to be told off by the referee because he's not given the ball back to his goalkeeper and he's trying to waste a bit of time here is Luke Fairlamb. He made his 100th appearance for Tamworth in the week at Hartlepool. Part of the team that's won back-to-back promotions. Singh takes the free kick onto the head of Callum Howe on the edge of his own penalty area. Picked up though by a red and black shirt. Comes across the left-hand side. Shot comes in. Shot, cross. It was more of a cross, I think. It was a loopy shot come cross to the back post, and it drifts just wide with Harrison Mail scrambling across his goal. 0-0.
Decent effort. I think Harrison Mail was searching for that ball there. I think he'd see it was going out, but a good effort from Tamworth.
Do you think it was an effort on goal, or do you think it was a... Do you think it was a...
No,
a cross?
Yeah, I think that was more definitely a cross that's ended up looking like a shot.
City have it at the back with Howe. Yeah, we were right behind it, so we go able to see. Yes, a put across.
Yeah.
That almost results in a goal. Long ball downfield by City on this occasion, and it's nodded back once more to Singh. Comes into the middle of his penalty area. Drops the ball at his feet. And then clears long down the left-hand side. Craney leaves it behind. Fagan Walcott gets a little bit on that. Almost falls to Tonks. Tackle comes in on Sinclair. Tonks pulls Sinclair back, and that'll be a free kick to York City just outside their own penalty area. Tonks isn't happy with the decision. Throws his arms up in disgust. The referee's now going to call him in. Will he give him a yellow card for dissent? Maybe just a warning on this occasion. But he wants a word with him. He threw his arms around. I think in European football, you're guaranteed a yellow for that. But possibly correctly, the referee just has a quiet word. Aguiar. To Fagan Walcott, now to Howe. Hunt. Back once more to Callum Howe. If you missed it, we had Callum Howe on BBC Radio York Sport on a Monday evening with his brother Declan. Of course, they're going to be coming up against each other. Declan the striker, Callum the centre-back on January the 4th. That's available on BBC Sounds. There's a link on our Twitter feed, our X feed at BBC York Sport if you missed it. Nathaniel George, lovely reverse ball to Felix in the box, pulls it back to the edge of the area. Pierce on the angle, scores! Brilliant goal, York City. Ollie Pierce, you cannot leave him in those areas. They worked it well on this right-hand side, but as soon as it fell to the feet of Ollie Pierce, he drilled it past the goalkeeper for 5 or 6 yards. City take the lead. Tamworth 0, York City 1. It's 17 goals now for Ollie Pierce.
Oh, my word. Ollie Pierce is a man on absolute fire. And the football there was fantastic as well. A good interplay from... Was it Felix and Nathaniel George? Oh, yeah, it's super football. Felix drilled it across. Pierce's first touch, set it up. Second touch, boom, goal. Clinical.
I didn't give him enough credit. Yeah, it's the first touch to get it out of his feet and get it past the man, and then he drills it in with his right foot past the goalkeeper.
Yeah.
Brilliant again from York City, from Felix, Nathaniel George, then Felix, but of course, from that man, Ollie Pierce.
Yeah, once he's got that first touch, I think he might even have a second, but once that first touch sets him up, second touch, little nibble, and then the final touch, absolutely clinical, burst the back of the net, keeper literally no chance.
First touch left.
Second touch is a knee.
First touch is left foot, then he thighs it down into his path, and he blasts it in. Now the referee's been called across the far side. I think something was probably thrown, and he's given something to the fourth official. Something may have been thrown on the field at those York City players when they were celebrating in front of the Tamworth fans.
That is a cracking finish, it really is.
It was a great finish. Fairlamb gives away possession to Batty, but Batty can't do anything with it, and they have it at the back with Cullen and Liebird. He goes to Ben Crompton on the right-hand side, the man who's on loan from Sunderland. They win the throw-in in front of that York City dugout, just inside the York City half of the field to Tamworth. They trail by a goal to 0. And Tonks is going to have an opportunity for a long throw here from virtually on the halfway line, Ian. First of the afternoon.
Here we go. There's the one.
And the Tamworth fans getting involved, they know where this is going. Quite staggering, really. You're going to put a ball into the box from that distance. Well, that's what's going to happen. It's only, 6 or 7 yards inside the York City half, this throw-in. But it's going into the penalty area.
He's going to reach the box from there.
Oh, yeah, easily reach it.
Oh, my word.
And it comes. It's high. Callum Howe reached it first, though. Head's clear. Yeah. They pick up the loose ball on the right-hand side to Tamworth, and it comes into the box. Free header by Craney. Can't direct it towards goal. It goes over the bar, and I think he's injured himself as well because he falls to the ground.
He's landed awkwardly, I think, on his ankle, Craney.
Yeah, I don't know. It's not actually Craney, I don't think. I'm just trying to see where it is in the centre of the penalty area. Is it Hayden Hollis? It could be. He's up, and he hobbles away. No, it's not Hollis either.
George Morrison. I think George Morrison, is it 15?
Can't see, the numbers aren't very easily recognisable. It's Crompton.
We got there in the end.
We did. Let's go through the whole team.
Yep.
So City lead by a goal to nil.
It was a Tamworth
here
player
on BBC Radio York. That was the most excitement the Tamworth supporters have had. That's given away by Aguiar. He sends it into the middle of the park. Now it's picked up in the centre by Morrison. Edge of the York City penalty area down this left-hand side. Williams pulls it back on the edge of the area. City can't get their man away. Tamworth man goes to ground looking for a penalty. Nothing given by the referee. Long ball downfield for Pearce. Does well to hold his man off. Pearce in front of us. Little back heels. He tries to play it out for a throw-in. And it's fed all the way back to Singh, who slices his clearance.
Oh, it bobbled on an AstroTurf. It actually bobbled. It's
Thrown to
incredible.
York level with the edge of the Tamworth penalty area.
Yeah, you don't see the ball bobbling too much on what should be a flat surface.
Just watching to see if it was anything to complain about for Tamworth when the ball went into the York City penalty area. So there's the middle. It's very soft. He just goes down looking for that under a bit of pressure from Marvin Armstrong.
Yeah.
And the referee again is having a word now with another Tamworth player, with Craney, who's probably said something out of line.
No, tried to pull the wool over the referee's eyes there, hasn't he? Fell down. Far too easy.
Throw into City. Back to Fagan Walcott. Nathaniel George, that's a foul. Free kick to York City. The gentleman in front of us is talking to his friend and he said, it's York City, they're top of the league, so they've got to get all the decisions.
Well, yeah,
but
they'll get the decisions.
He's not seen the replay that we've seen in front of us.
Yeah. Yeah.
They are a good team, though. They're a very good team.
It's a free kick to York City, about 30 yards from goal, right-hand side of goal. Batty's over it, so is Hunt. I think Batty's going to lay it off to Hunt. Hunt's going to trap it, and then I think Batty's going to swing it in.
I'll tell you what, if Ollie Pearce runs into the gap just in behind the wall there, I don't know if they would have worked on something like that, but everyone's expecting the ball to go into the far side of the box.
City got everyone forward here. That's just exactly what he said. Hunt makes a bit of a mess of it. Now it's swung in by Batty. It's a deep one, headed clear by Tamworth, going to be picked up by Fagan Walcott on the left-hand side. He lays it off to Nathaniel George. Hunt almost slipped on the ball there as he tried to trap that for Batty. City have kept hold of possession, but they've had to go back to halfway to Felix. Now it's to Hunt. Hunt, long ball down the centre of the field. Fagan Walcott still up, comes off a Tamworth head, and it's picked up on the far side. It was going to be, but it's been gone into touch, and that'll be a York City throw-in near the corner flag that Sinclair gets ready to take. City leading by a goal to nil. Coming up to 22 minutes on the clock, almost halfway through this first period. A little bit of keepy-uppy from Tyrese Sinclair as he waits for Ricky Aguiar to come along to take the throw-in. I don't think Tamworth can really complain about the time City are taking over this, and every throw-in within any sort of distance is going to be taken by Tonks, and he's going to have to make his way to wherever it's got to be taken from. And Hunt again has just run that straight into touch there for a throw-in.
Yeah, he ran himself into trouble there, Alex Hunt.
He did. There's a couple of sloppy moments from Alex Hunt in the last minute or so.
I thought they might use Tonks here to get the ball from A to B there, David, down the line, but
they're not. This halfway. They're still
it's
halfway inside the Tamworth half. He's approaching. Doing well to steal loads of yards there, up to halfway. Aren't they? How many yards are stolen there?
A lot.
Anyway, it's sent forward down the right-hand side, straight into touch. That'll be a throw into York City, level with the edge there around penalty area, far side of the field. So City leading by a goal to nil. Ollie Pearce. Yet another goal for him. 17 goals in all competitions now. Aguiar being told to get back. He's trying to steal a few yards. He throws it back to Howe, gives it back to Aguiar, and then they go back to Harrison Mayle, who first time left-footed, clears down towards halfway. Oh, there's nothing in that either, I don't think. The defender's just run past it, and the referee saying no, Ollie Pearce has held him up, but that's a bit soft. And that'll be a free kick. 10 yards inside the York City half, right of centre. And again, it's a chance for Tamworth to send all their men forward. City sending everyone back to defend it as well on the edge of their penalty area, lined up in a huge white wall all the way across the edge of that penalty area. One in the air though by Tamworth. Won the knockdown there, did Craney, and it's Pearce that's back there, who has to hurriedly put it into touch for a York City throw-in.
Done really well there, Pearce.
Sorry, for a Tamworth throw-in.
Yeah, done really well there, Pearce, to read the knock-on.
And this is a dangerous position for the throw-in for Tonks. Similar position to the one they got their goal from in the FA Cup, of course, against Huddersfield. If any of you watched that on the BBC, the goalkeeper that night punched it into his own net. If he'd left it, it would have gone straight in. And of course, you can't score direct from a throw-in.
Yeah, it was a bit of a crazy goal.
Made a bit of a howler, didn't he?
Callum Howe just speaking to the referee there, because is it number 26 again? Yeah, Hayden Hollis, the big lad. He's trying to impede Howe from getting on the ball. Watch, he's not even looking at the ball.
And it goes. The referee gives a free kick, but he threw it over the goal.
Yeah.
Did Tonks?
Yeah, I think Callum Howe got into the ref's head then, and he's right. Hollis was trying to impede Howe. Hollis was never going to be the intended recipient of the ball. I think the ball was going to go into the strikers with I think Hollis impeding Howe, and I think Howe just got the referee's nod there.
So goal kick to York City, who lead by a goal to nil, 25 minutes gone. City again playing out from the back. Mail gives it to Fagan Walcott. He gives it to Howe on the left-hand side of his penalty area. Howe's allowed to come forward 15 yards with it in the centre of the field. Go to him, shouts one of the Tamworth fans. He goes long, does Callum Howe, down the left-hand side, but they didn't go because they knew Callum Howe was going to ping it straight into touch.
Yeah, he had a lot of time on the ball there, Callum Howe. Tamworth just happy to almost let him have it, which might be seen a little bit disrespectful because he's not a bad passer of the ball.
I hear that Scarborough Athletic are now 1-up at Rushall Olympic in National North. I'm not sure if they're back at that game now on DAB, if they're still with us, but Scarborough Athletic do lead. Scarborough Athletic and York City both 1-0 to the good this afternoon. Harrogate Town beaten in the early kick-off by 2-1. Nathaniel George gets away from his man on this near side. He's got Armstrong outside him if he wants to give it to him, which he does now. Armstrong wasn't the greatest pass to him. Armstrong tries to cut it back, but he wins a corner for York City.
Yeah, actually Nathaniel George, I think he was surprised to receive the ball in an onside position, and he just seemed to dawdle on the ball a little bit too long, and his pass to Armstrong wasn't great, but Armstrong has won a corner for the team.
Second corner of the game here for York City. Batty, they worked it really well the first time, did City. What are they going to do with this one? Nathaniel George comes short.
Sinclair on the edge of the box. Oh my word.
He's in loads of space, this Tyree Sinclair. If they could pick him out now, they've been spotted.
Yeah.
The Tamworth man comes to meet him at the edge of the box. Batty goes short to Nathaniel George. No, suggests he's going to, then goes long into the penalty area. Callum Howe beat into that in the air, and he fouls his man as well as he was flying through the air there trying to connect with that. It was Hollis that won the free kick. The referee gets that decision correct. Free kick inside his own penalty area to Jaspir Singh.
Yeah, I think Callum Howe led with his arm there, went through the back of Hollis. Always going to be a free kick in that situation.
Singh clears down the centre of the field. Fagan Walcott's over his head. Felix struggling to deal with it at the back. Then it deflects to a Tamworth man, and then the shot comes in. It's put over the bar. It was a bit of a mess at the back from Fagan Walcott, and then Felix just couldn't clear their lines. Fell kindly for the Tamworth man, and really he should be hitting the target with that.
That's a bad miss. Centre of the goal with no real pressure on him. Little, someone nearby him, but really, if he hits the target, it's probably in the back of the net. He's blasted it over again. That's 3. They've blasted over.
Howe again for City. Aguiar sends it to this right hand side looking for Felix. It just held up, headed in field by Williams. Tonks round the corner. Fagan Walcott, well, is that clear? Into touch in front of us.
That's actually a terrible miss. The more you see that, the last one from Tamworth there.
So City fortunate then, maybe. Just get another replay now. Yeah, Felix had his clearance blocked. He's just stood there, isn't he? And he just side foots it there. There's a McGlinchey, was it, I think? Now the ball's in the centre circle. Sinclair hooks it over his shoulder, headed clear by Hollis. Creaney under pressure. Tonks allowed a free header as Hunt just backs off him. And it's sent clear and it falls nicely to Nathaniel George. He gives it infield to Armstrong. Not seen much of Marvin Armstrong so far in this game. Now to Nathaniel George once more on the right hand side. Back it goes to Batty. Batty comes infield, goes back to his goalkeeper. Mail pinged that back at him, he was on the edge of his D. But Mail deals with it comfortably and gives it to Howe. Howe again almost at walking pace to Nathaniel George. Everyone back behind the ball, bar one for the home side. Nathaniel George almost got caught on the ball there by Williams, but he feeds it to Batty. Now Batty sends it forward looking for Sinclair. Defender gets above him and nods it down to his goalkeeper. Good defending by the home team. 1-0 it remains to York City.
Yeah, the right idea from Batty there, trying to switch it from right to left again with Sinclair being the willing runner, but well defended from Tamworth there.
Sinclair's on the left hand side looking for Crady. Fagan Walcott wins the header, picked up by Batty. He can come forward, can Dan Batty. Over halfway he comes on this right-hand side. Batty forced back to halfway, gives it to Hunt. Hunt sidesteps past his man. He can burst forward now, Alex Hunt. Instead goes back to Aguiar on the left-hand side. Now it's fed to Sinclair. Sinclair wait for the ball to come. Tackle on Sinclair. Foul by Crompton. Free kick York City.
I think the referee's got that right again. I think Sinclair, I think he could sense the tackle was coming. He's just done enough, got enough for touch of the ball, and won his team the free kick.
Yeah. Just going to watch it again on the replay here in a second. It's a free kick to York, 20 yards inside the Tamworth half, on the left-hand side, right on the left-hand side touchline. They can send the big men forward again. Howe and Fagan Walcott will go forward. Yeah, he went through him to get the ball there, did Crompton.
There's a chance to get Callum Howe forward again. He'll be the target, I'm sure.
He's up his Sinclair. Batty's over it. Just left Williams up of the home team. Everyone else is back. And it comes now from Batty, drilled across the penalty area. Howe, free header. Into the middle, it's going to be picked up by Sinclair. Sinclair lays it off back to Batty. On the volley, takes on the shot. It drifts it well wide of goal. And it remains Tamworth 0. York City 1 at the half-hour mark.
Yeah, a good free kick from Batty, and Howe finding himself free in the box, which is unusual for Callum Howe. I think there's a lot of jiggery poker going on in that box to make Callum Howe free of a marker.
Goals in the National League. Yeovil 1, Braintree 1 is the latest score. Wealdstone are now 2 up at Oldham. Gateshead 3 up against Woking. Barnet 3 up against Ebbsfleet, no surprise there. Altrincham still 1 up against Sutton, and Halifax 1 up at Aldershot. The other games are 0-0. City can't keep that in play on halfway. Tonks takes the throw in quickly down the line into the penalty area, but he misses everybody and is able to be gathered by the York City goalkeeper Harrison Mayle. Edge of his penalty area, he bowls it out to Hunt on the far side. He gives it to Howe in his D.
Come on, watch this guy on the way.
Now to Pearce, the crowd getting restless in front of us because they're letting City have it at the back here. Tamworth just standing off them. Aguiar back to Howe. Howe to Pearce, who's dropped deep. Pearce, loads of room for Pearce to come forward if he wants to. He tries the long raking diagonal ball, looking for Sinclair, headed away again by Crompton, far side of the field, and it's put into touch by York City as they try and play it down the line.
The team's evolved a bit. Remember against Boston, where Boston let Callum Howe have the ball almost in a, well, you have it because you're not going to cause any harm. City have evolved in that, yes, listen, Batty is getting closed down and the ball is ended up at Howe's feet, but then you've got Pearce dropping right into the halfway line, so Howe then isn't having to do that long ball that he can't quite do as well as Dan Batty does, but he can pass the ball into the likes of Ollie Pearce. And Tamworth, I'm not sure I've worked that out just yet.
Well, City have always got an extra man in midfield.
Yeah, exactly.
The way the full-backs invert, and then Pearce, when he does drop in, they're happy to stand off York City or Tamworth.
It's evolved from that Boston game where if Dan Batty didn't get it, we had no real output.
Fagan Walcott slices that clearance, but it falls to Armstrong. Bit of head tennis on the far side of the field. Howe clears his lines. Creaney's limping there in the centre of the field. Well, that's a big up and under that. It's from Hollis under no pressure whatsoever.
Classic.
That really was a classic non-league footballers long ball downfield.
Yeah.
And then there's free kick given away for a foul on York City. Aguiar in the left back position. That was a real non-league clearance.
Just literally have it on it.
Under no pressure whatsoever. Bouncing ball. I'm just going to swing my big left foot through it.
I'm sure I heard the big centre half say boom as he kicked it. It went nowhere. Came down with snow on.
Former Dorking and Notts County man. I'm not sure whether I've been told to play like that when he was at Notts County, Hayden Hollis, but there you
I think Creaney is down, you know.
He is. I saw him limping off the ball, the big striker. So he's the leading goal scorer, is Creaney, with 8 goals to his name. Nathan Shakuna is the second leading goal scorer. He has 7 goals to his name, but he's suspended today for 5 yellow cards. So he's not in the squad. And while Creaney gets some treatment, all of the other players, including both goalkeepers, I think are going to make their way across their respective benches for some instructions and some fluids, Ian.
Yep, I think they will. Adam Minshew would be relatively happy, I think. I think the team are doing a good enough job to deserve that 1-0 lead. It's how they batten down the hatches now. Don't give Tamworth any encouragement. Keep that ball, keep working them hard, and try and create a few more openings for ourselves.
He's up. Has to go off, of course, Creaney, for 30 seconds because he's had treatment on the field. The referee's having a word with him as he does make his way off. Is he going to be alright? He's having a bit of a moan over there. 40 goals he got in a season a couple of years ago as they were promoted to National North from the, whatever it is, the Midland Premier or whatever.
So he's having to make that step up that I suppose Ollie Pearce has been through.
Yeah.
And achieved so well.
He's taken back to halfway where he'll be back on in 30 seconds. And the game's back underway. York City have it at the back with Mail. He gives it to Fagan Walcott. In the 35th minute, City leading by a goal to nil. Joe Felix wanted it down this right-hand side, but Fagan Walcott never saw him. He gives it to Nathaniel George. Felix and Nathaniel George just swapping positions temporarily here.
Get on him, don't let him come over that halfway line.
Again, you can hear the gentleman in front of us not happy that City have it at the back. They're just standing off City, 10 or 15 yards off them, until Batty gets it, of course. Hunt to Fagan Walcott. He comes over halfway. Now it's to Felix on this right-hand side. Infield it goes to Nathaniel George. Back to Felix. Back to his centre-back, Fagan Walcott. Batty. Back again to the man who's, we say at the minute, on loan from Cardiff, but soon to be made permanent, we believe. Long ball over the top. Great ball from Fagan Walcott. Felix gets on the back. Hooks it into the penalty area. Hollis manages to clear it well. Now it's picked up again by Nathaniel George. Tackle comes in on him. He's going to win it again, knows Nathaniel George. And there really is a bit of a scramble. It's going to fall to Armstrong, is it? No, he just can't get there in front of Hollis, who does really well. Sells him the dummy and then clears downfield. Given away, though, once more by Tamworth. Nathaniel George, sidesteps his man just outside the area, threads it through to Felix. Can Felix keep it in play? I don't think he's going to be able to. Oh, he does! Brilliantly, and gets past his man. Brilliant, Joe Felix. Pulls it back. Nathaniel George in the penalty area. He just wasn't aware of what was going on. Tonks managed to nip it away from him, and now they can come forward on the break on the home side. Hunt does well to follow Williams, wins it back for York City brilliantly. Almost, it was brilliant from Joe Felix.
Yeah, outstanding from Joe Felix there.
Pearce gives it back to Felix. Felix back to Nathaniel George, and then Pearce has gone down off the ball.
Yeah.
Tonks has taken him out off the ball here, and the card's coming out. What colour is it? It's a yellow card for Tom Tonks.
I don't want to see that again. I think he's meant that. I might be wrong.
That's off the ball. He fits it foul. He's lucky not to be red if something's happened off the ball. Let's see what happened here.
I'm sure he stood on his...
Did the camera follow it? We'll let you know in a second, but Tonks has been given a yellow card.
That's cynical.
Let's have a look what he did, if we can see it. Centre of the field, there's Tonks. Oh, as he tried to run past him, I think it's maybe accidental, I'm not sure.
I'm not sure. He's close enough to make
Definitely no worse than a yellow card.
There's no ball near him. Yeah, it's definitely a free kick, and it's more than likely a yellow. He's professing to not know
Pearce is still down, he
doesn't
need treatment, so he's going to be fine. He's just fiddling with his boots. He's having a word now as he's on the floor as well with Dan Batty, just giving some instructions as Ollie Pearce.
Yeah. No, he just got caught, Ollie Pearce, on his ankle there. Quite a nasty one. I think you're right, it's not a red. I don't think it was intentionally nasty, but you get them studs wrapped around your ankle, it can hurt.
He's having to redo his boots, I think. There's Pearce.
Golden boots. So he needs a pair of golden boots, isn't he?
He's on for the golden boot at the minute.
Yeah.
The crowd are getting a bit irate as he's taking so long to fasten his boot up. It's a freezing cold day. Those fingers don't work so well when you're cold, do they, Ian?
They really don't, no. The digits will be icy.
Yeah, it's ready to take it. He's still fastening his laces here. He gets a bit of help, I think, there from Alex Hunt. Getting booed is Ollie Pearce.
You just have that feeling with Ollie Pearce. He's already thinking of the next move, isn't he? I don't know.
He's still on his haunches a little bit here,
He is
Pearce.
a little bit, actually, yeah.
Batty's over it. Batty gets ready to float the free kick in. Just right of centre, about 30 yards from goal. And he does float it in to penalty. Taken off Callum Howe's head by a Tamworth man, and there's a flick on at the back post by a York City man. Should have let it go out for a corner kick. Ends up going out for a goal kick.
Yeah, Howe tried to win it, didn't. And it was actually hit Fagan Walcott on its way out. Otherwise it'd have been a corner for City, I think. You wouldn't blame Fagan Walcott for having a go.
It was a lovely ball in from Batty.
It was.
This is a goal kick. City lead by a goal to nil. 38 minutes gone here on BBC Radio York. Singh takes the goal kick down the centre of the field. Into Into the penalty area, Tonks flicks it forward, appeals for offside against Craney, nothing given by the assistant on the far side. He's come back on as the Tamworth striker. Won back by Felix for City. Fagan Walcott to Batty. That's blocked. That'll be a York City throw-in. Good play by Williams. Former Telford and Barwell man. The gentleman in front of us wants City to take it back, but he clearly wasn't watching where Tamworth took the throw-in from on the far side of the ground. They tried to steal yards. Felix down the line does similar on this near side. Tonks to Felix. Felix tries to give it to Pearce, and then Hollis just holds him off as it runs through to Singh. 5.5 minutes to go until we reach half time.
It's been a quick first half, that's for sure. Feels like it's flown by. City the better of the two sides.
Sinclair's high. Craney shrugs off Batty. Roughing given by the referee. Batty wanted a free kick. Sent forward by Milnes to the right hand side. They've got race space over there. It's Crompton. Tackle comes in at him though by Sinclair. Sinclair does really well, but then Crompton turns away from him really well. Into the box it goes, headed clear by Callum Howe. Milnes can't do anything with it. York City throw in halfway inside their own half. 1-0 it stays.
Sinclair did well to win that initial ball, but then just lost it again. Give Tamworth a chance to put the ball in the box. Callum Howe defending brilliantly.
Aguiar throwing for City. Just taking his time. It's Ricky Aguiar. He's going to have to get a move on here as he get booked. Ricky Aguiar is going to have to take it quickly. He's taken too long. Yellow card out for Ricky Aguiar. You could see it coming a mile off. Yeah,
that's silly. Didn't need that. He just had no one there to throw it, I don't think. He didn't want to hoy it down the line. Sometimes you do have to do that.
Well, now he does.
Yeah.
There's a yellow card against his name. Flicked on. Fagan Walcott does well at the back. Sends it forward on this right hand side. There's no one there though apart from Fairlamp. Fairlamp does well to turn, but then he just puts it into touch for another York City throw in. He didn't really give the referee much choice there, Ricky.
No, you called it. So he just held on too long, didn't he?
City have a throw in halfway inside there. In fact, the referee's letting York, telling him to go further forward for this throw in. Felix, well, that's the warning, not to time waste for City. Felix back to Fagan Walcott, who clears down the centre of the field. There's no one there though. It bounces. Crompton heads clear only as far as Armstrong. Poor clearance by the Tamworth defender. Across to Sinclair on the far side it goes. Sinclair to Aguiar. Infield to Hunt. Hunt lays it up back to Aguiar. Lovely ball to Felix on this right hand side, the penalty area. First time cross into the box. Put behind. Has it gone behind? No, it's kept in play. No, it does go behind. He just does a little step over there, Marvin Armstrong. It goes behind for City's third corner of this game.
Great football from City. Interplay between Aguiar and I think it was Hunt. And the ping out to Felix. His cross in. Always a danger. The defender's not really knowing what to do with it. And another corner for City.
Batty again comes across to take it. What they're going to do with this one? Two different corners so far. There's no one come short this time. At least there hasn't yet. It doesn't look as though they're going to either. Batty raises his right arm and puts it in deep into the middle over the head of Marvin Armstrong, and Tamworth are able to clear.
I just saw a flash of white and Marvin Armstrong flying through the air and thought, if he connects here he's going to burst the net, and just missed it.
Throw in back to Felix and he gives it back to his goalkeeper. Hunt. Not a great touch, Alex Hunt. Almost caught it by Craney at the back. He was last man. Oh dear, Alex Hunt. Heart attack time. Batty, nice ball to Sinclair, far side of the field, over halfway. Sinclair's taken out. It's Crompton again. It's got to be a yellow card. How many fouls is he allowed to make?
He's made a few. It must be next in line, I think, from the referee's yellow card there, Crompton. What a ball.
Free kick taken by Hunt.
Oh no.
Doesn't get past the defender though. It's good defending by Fairlamp, who gets a second opportunity to clear his lines, and he does up to halfway. Fagan Walcott gets the better of Craney and volleys forward looking for Nathaniel George. He can't control it, and it's in throw in front of us that Tonks takes long. Down the centre of the field, Aguiar heads clear for City, and it falls nicely to Sinclair in the centre circle. Tyrese Sinclair, final 60 seconds of this first half. City leading by a goal to nil. Sinclair taken out, and the referee allows play to go on. There will be injury time as well to be added to this. Nathaniel George, Felix, Fagan Walcott. Across his penalty area to Howe.
Get on it!
Howe again. Not happy, the Tamworth fans, just the way they're just letting Callum Howe have the ball at the back.
And at 1-0 up, it's for City's point of view. It's okay going into half-time.
Watch
Howe.
this swinger!
Aguiar. Watch the swinger. I think he means the diagonal crossfield ball here. I hope that's what he means.
Yeah, I don't know watching
Mail.
the swinger.
Walcott. Again to Howe. Again, they're just standing off him. Into midfield to Nathaniel George. Felix again is naked as a space in front of us on this left. He goes central to Armstrong. Armstrong gets away from his man. Still got it, Marvin Armstrong. Wants his man to come to him. Felix, round the corner it goes to Pearce. Good move again this by York City. Pearce, cross into the box. Good cross into the box. There's the defender Crompton to clear. Headed further clear by Fairlam. Batty picks up for York City. From halfway inside the Tamworth half, just volleys it all the way back to Harrison Mail. Safety first as we get ready for the board. What does that say? 3 minutes, that say the far side of the ground? I think it does. That's not what it was.
3 minutes. 3 minutes.
Howe. Infield once more to Pearce. Back again to Callum Howe. Then something on this near side. That goes into touch by a deflection. And it's into touch for a York City throw in, and Joe Felix just wants to make sure someone in the crowd's all right here as that ball hit them in the crowd. City are giving away possession. Another throw in though on halfway to the home side this time. Just want to say hello to Mike Queenan, who sent me a very nice message during the week. Good to have you with us, Mike. He's listening in from the south of France.
Oh, lucky Mike.
Big fans of ours, Ian.
Yeah, fantastic, yeah. I wonder, south of France, beautiful.
I'm surprised he's a fan of yours, but there you go. Down this near side, picked up by City and Fagan Walcott. Long ball downfield.
That'd be my love of France, David.
Yep. You like a bit? Do you go skiing in France sometimes?
I do, yes, I do. Yeah, looking forward to that.
Throw in inside the York City half, so that means Tom Tonks time once more for Tamworth. Just over a minute and a half to go of injury time in this first half. City trying to keep that clean sheet until at least half time. Tonks, and it comes into the penalty area to the 6-yard box, headed clear by York City, falls to the back post where there's a York City man Aguiar, but his headed clear wasn't great, still knocking around that penalty area. Edge of the area, nodded back in. Now City will. Fagan Walcott so completely slices that, and he's lucky that it falls to Joe Felix to hook clear over his shoulder. And then Tonks wins another throw, identical position. Throw in taken immediately into the York City penalty area. Fagan Walcott wins the header, and Nathaniel George will keep it in play. There's a push in the back of Nathaniel George, I thought there. Referee says no. And this is the throw in 10 yards from the corner flag for Tonks.
Yeah.
Bit of pressure as we approach half time.
A dangerous position with Tonks on the ball.
Everyone back once more for York City. You've got to be aware of the second ball as well.
Like a corner.
In it comes now. High, loopy. One in the air as well by Tamworth, but it's headed well wide of goal, back where it came from. And that'll be a goal kick to York City.
Yeah, such a threat, that long throw. It literally is like a corner. And City so far have managed to defend it well enough.
The ones today haven't actually been as flat.
No, they've been.
Do you remember who you
saying
was Stoke? Dave Challoner, was it
Delap.
Dave Challoner? Rory Delap.
Oh, Delap, yeah.
There's a lot more loop on these. I think these should be, you would think, a little bit easier to defend because there's so much loop on them. You can see them coming all the way across.
Certainly with Howe and Malachi there at centre half as well. There's a lot of height in there for that ball dropping on their head.
Mail clears. 10 seconds to go till half time. Down the centre of the field, Pearce beaten to the header, falls to Creaney. He lays it off. Picked up by Tonks. Tonks to this left-hand side. Final attack of the half. Good tackle from York City. Tonks gets it in the centre park. The referee puts his whistle to his mouth. He blows. And at half-time, City have the lead. Thanks to Ollie Pearce's goal in the 17th minute. Yet another brilliant passing move from York City that has easily, comfortably, brilliantly finished by Ollie Pearce.
Yeah, fantastic. He's been superb again, Ollie Pearce. And I think this has been a really competent performance from City. They're playing well enough. They might need to step it up a little bit in the second half, try and put Tamworth to bed. But so far, so good for York. It's been a good, solid performance.
A good, solid performance. Half-time, it's Tamworth 0, York City 1, Pete.
Daytimes on BBC Radio York.
My favourite thing about Christmas, it's that feeling you get.
Joanita Musisi.
Christmas dinner, I love a Christmas dinner, but it's over too quickly for me.
Beck Homer.
But I love the Christmas food. I only really eat cheese and biscuits at this time of year.
Same here. yeah.
Any kind of picky food, I love it.
Sometimes we'll have a Christmas picnic in the front room with a blanket and everything.
Yeah, love that.
And then we'll be trying to do a jigsaw at the same time. I love it.
Weekdays from 10.
How homely of you.
Oh my goodness. If I had a fire on, it would just be perfect.
BBC Radio York.
BBC Radio York Sport.
Second half commentary to come of Tamworth against York City right here on BBC Radio York Sport. But it's Pete Spencer here in the studio taking you through half-time. It's also half-time at Dales Lane between Rushall Olympic and Scarborough Athletic. Let's get a half-time report from James Fletcher.
Yeah, so far so good for Scarborough Athletic at Dales Lane. They lead here by 1-0, and really they haven't had to get out of the low gears throughout this first 45 minutes. Started well, a collection of set pieces which tested Paul White and the defence, and that kind of showed how lacking in confidence Rushall Olympic are. One substitution has had to be made in the first half because Michael Woods, the new signing, coming off injured, the former York City man, rolling his ankle, it would appear, on the far side. He was replaced by Harry Green. What a substitution it's been. He was played through and into the right-hand side of the penalty area from a completely disjointed Rushall defence, allowed Green to slide the ball under Paul White. The only downside for the Sea Dogs is they haven't been able to kick on and get that second goal. Rushall Olympic very negative in their play. They've had Terrell Pennant blaze wide, and then Fairney, centre half, from a set piece, slicing a ball wide. They're the only two chances of note for Rushall Olympic. If Scarborough get a second, it feels like it's finished. But at half-time, Scarborough Athletic lead by 1-0.
Thank you very much to James Fletcher. Second half commentary to come there on DAB digital radio and also online via the BBC Sport website and app. Let's run you through some of the halftime scores elsewhere though, starting in the Premier League, and it's at halftime Arsenal 0, Everton 0. Liverpool have had a man sent off in their game at Anfield against Fulham, and Fulham have taken the lead in that one. It's Newcastle 1, Leicester 0, Wolves 0, Ipswich 1, and the late game today is Nottingham Forest against Aston Villa. In the Championship, today's early kick-off saw Bristol City and QPR play out a 1-1 draw, and Coventry were 2-1 winners over Hull City. It's also finished between Preston and Leeds, and again the spoils were shared in that one, a 1-1 draw there at Preston. Half-time then, it's Blackburn 2, Luton 0, Middlesbrough 1, Millwall 0, Oxford United 1, Sheffield Wednesday 1, Sheffield United 1, Plymouth 0, Stoke 1, Cardiff 1, and Swansea 2, Sunderland 1. Into League One then, and it finished in the early kickoffs. Bolton 0, Wigan 2, and Leyton Orient 0, Burton Albion 0. At half-time then in League One, it's Birmingham 2, Bristol Rovers 0, Charlton 0, Mansfield Town 0, Exeter 1, Barnsley 0, Huddersfield 0, Lincoln City 2, Peterborough 2, Crawley 1. It's just gone half-time at Reading and at the Majeski, and it's Reading 0, Blackpool 2, Rotherham 2, Northampton 0, Shrewsbury 0, Wickham 2, Stevenage 1, Stockport 1, and Wrexham 1, Cambridge United 1. Into League 2 then, and in our featured game, our early kick-off game today, it finished Tranmere 2, Harrogate Town 1, and also Salford 3, Notts County 0 in the other early kick-off in League 2. So at half-time then, it's AFC Wimbledon 1, Doncaster Rovers 0, Bradford City 1, Swindon Town 0, Bromley 0, Port Vale 0, Carlisle 0, Chesterfield 1, Cheltenham 1, Morecambe 0, Colchester 0, Newport 0, Grimsby 0, Crewe 0, MK Dons 0, Gillingham 0, and Walsall 1, Barrow 0. Let's just take a quick check on the latest scores in the National League, where at half-time it's AFC Fylde 1, Eastleigh 0, Aldershot 0, FC Halifax Town 2, Altrincham 1, Sutton 0, Barnet 4, Ebbsfleet 0, Dagenham and Redbridge 0, Rochdale 0, Gateshead 3, Woking 0, Maidenhead are down to 10 men in that one, but it's still Maidenhead 0, Solihull Moors 0, Oldham 1, Wealdstone 2, Southend 0, Hartlepool 0, and Yeovil 1, Braintree 1, and the late game today involves Forest Green and Boston United. So let's just get a quick check on the National League North scores. The latest at half-time: Brackley Town 1, Chester 0, Curzon Ashton 2, South Shields 0, Darlington 1, Oxford City 1, Farsley Celtic 0, Buxton 1, Hereford 1, Chorley 0. Hereford, the side that Scarborough will visit on Tuesday night. Kings Lynn 0, Alfreton Town 0, Marine 1, Scunthorpe United 0, Peterborough Sports 1, Warrington 1, Radcliffe 0, Kidderminster 2, as my screen just updates, Southport 0, Needham Market 0, and Spennymoor 0, Leamington 1. So those are the latest scores up and down the divisions. Let's just take a quick check on the non-league fixtures further down the footballing pyramid. It's at half-time goalless between Frickley Athletic and Tadcaster Albion. Taddy looking to make it 3 games unbeaten in their division. In Division 1, it's Harrogate Railway 3-1 down away at South Leeds, and Selby Town are losing 1-0 at home to playoff rivals Ilkley Town. So those are the scores around the leagues. You can get in touch. Just a reminder, you can text us 81333, start your message with the word York, or you can WhatsApp us 08000 321 333, or send us a tweet at BBC York Sport, and we'll read your comments as we go through the afternoon. So it's 5 to 4. Let's get a check on the latest on the roads for you shortly. Just want to squeeze in, though, a bit of reaction from today's earlier kickoff, where Harrogate Town were beaten 2-1 away at Tranmere Rovers, and Simon Weaver has been speaking to Tim Steer.
Simon, defeat for your side today. What was your overall take on it first?
Yeah, well, disappointed overall because certainly had my hopes up after 20-25 minutes. We were in the driving seat, scored a great goal, and we looked good on the ball, and we made the extra man talent in midfield with Levi and the two eights with Dino and Matty Daly, and we're taking control of the ball, which is what we have to do, with the team that we've got available to us. And then the penalty decision that should have gone our way didn't, and it was almost at that point that we dropped off and relinquished control of the game. I thought we then held a deeper defensive line. The midfield then couldn't get close, which probably is no excuse. We're outnumbering them in there. But we didn't win as many duels, and it just switched off like that. And whether it was protective mode, perhaps, but there's got to be a bit more self-awareness about, the team as a collective to go, hang on a minute, when we're in the driving seat, when we're aggressive with it, front foot football, how we got here in the first place, then we're at our best. But I thought as a back line, we did drop off, and then we started losing headers, and they've got a good front four that I'm amazed they're in the bottom half, with Tranmere, the individuals they've got. But clearly there was evidence today to suggest that they were struggling with confidence. So once we had them at 1-0, go and get a second, go and get a third, and then you can really turn it around for us. Unfortunately, we let them in. Poor goal conceded from a throw-in where we were ball watching. Unlucky with a deflection, of course, but we allowed them space. In the second half, we didn't really have control. I don't think either team really had control of the game. It was a poor game, but we didn't confront maybe the lack of confidence, and we've got to dust ourselves down again and take the criticism, because we lost a game. We've lost 3, we've won 3 before that, and it's very topsy-turvy time. But we've got to fight back, and something I'm accustomed to.
Just on James Daly's goal, let's look at the positive side of that. How good a finish was that for him?
It was a brilliant finish. And the ball was put into the right area, caused a bit of mayhem, didn't clear it well, but he was very composed over that finish, and he was due a goal. We really wanted it. We spoke about him scoring, and I was delighted for him. He tries every single game, and he deserves our support and the plaudits that come his way when he does score a fantastic goal. But he perhaps would admit he ran out of steam later on, and it was a chance for someone else to grab the opportunity. But unfortunately, we didn't apply any real skill in the final third after that moment, to really put them to the sword. And the opportunities that came our way, even to put the ball into the box, we didn't miss the first man. And it's down to quality that, all we can do is try and put them in that situation without the pressure in training, and try and execute the finish, try and execute the cross, keep working hard with the current players we have available to us.
You mentioned about players that will be in the middle, in the action, leading the charge in that sense. We know obviously with Josh Falkenham and Stephen Dooley missing at the moment, who are you looking towards for that?
Yeah, with them missing, without the creativity of Ellis, or Tomo's huge goal impact, creative player for us and also can play in midfield, you know, and Liam Gibson got us playing for the back last year, so it's all 3/3. You know, we missed key players, but Levi came in as the extra player in midfield, started the game so well, I thought. He's had like a game time, but it's a great pitch. You know, you walk out here, there's no excuse for any individual not to think they can't grab it. I just thought from every reset throw-ins it became a fractious affair, and unless you have the ball and on the pitch you can't really take control. But as I say, we've got to keep confronting maybe a lack of confidence, which is understandable.
Reaction there from Harrogate Town's manager Simon Weaver. The full interview, incidentally, all 9 minutes of it, is online via the BBC Sport website and app, and you can find it on Twitter or X as well. We've tweeted the link out to that interview, so you can go away and listen to the full interview from a very disappointed Harrogate Town manager Simon Weaver there. It's just gone 4 o'clock. We'll be back with our respective teams to split our frequencies shortly, but let's get a check on the roads. And in York, there are queues on the York Outer Ring Road at the Haxby Road roundabout. In Oatlands, Harrogate, it's slow on the A61 Leeds Road going inbound at Park Drive. Looking a bit further afield, there's a breakdown on the M1 going south from Junction 33, that's the Catcliffe turning, to Junction 32, the M18 interchange turning. There's one lane closed and queues there. Some roadworks to look out for. In Boston Spa, there are temporary lights on Clifford Moor Road near Primrose Lane. That's because of roadworks. There's gas main work, excuse me, and emergency repairs have closed Woodley Avenue in York from Danebury Drive to Woodley Bank. In Goole, traffic is taking turns on Fontaine Street for electricity work between Frederick Street and Hook Lane. So that's your travel news for North Yorkshire. Don't forget, if you see a problem on the roads and it's safe and it's legal, you can let us know about it by calling 0800 111 48 49.
Daytimes on BBC Radio York.
My favourite thing about Christmas, it's that feeling you get.
Joanita Musisi.
Christmas dinner, I love a Christmas dinner, but it's over too quickly for me.
Beck Homer.
But I love the Christmas food. I only really eat cheese and biscuits at this time of year.
Same here.
Any kind of picky food, I love it.
Sometimes we'll have a Christmas picnic in the front room with a blanket and everything.
Yeah, love that.
And then we'll be trying to do a jigsaw at the same time. I love it.
Weekdays from 10.
How homely of you.
Oh my goodness. If I had a fire on, it would just be perfect.
BBC Radio York.
BBC Radio York, Pete Spencer here in the studio. It's time to split our frequencies once again on BBC Radio York. If you want to hear York City away at Tamworth, you can join David Ward and the former York City striker Ian Dunn on FM and BBC Sound. And if you want Scarborough Athletic on the road against Rushall Olympic, you can join James Fletcher and the former Borough midfielder Neil Bishop on DAB digital radio and also online via the BBC Sport website and app. So that's your choice of listening for this afternoon. It's Make Your Mind Up time.
BBC Radio York Sport.
Thank you, Pete. The two sides are just making their way back out onto the field. We're still waiting for the officials to come and join us. York City look as though they are unchanged to me. So that's Mail, Aguiar, Fagan, Walcott, Howe and Felix, Batty, Hunt, Sinclair, Armstrong, Nathaniel George and Pearce. The same, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're still waiting for one of the Tamworth players to come back. In fact, there he is. So Tamworth 2 are unchanged. They have Singh in goal. They're back four: Fairlam, Hollis, Cullinan, Liebird and Crompton, Tonks, Milnes, McGlinchey, Morrison, Williams and Creaney up top. The referee is now back out. City shooting from right to left towards their own supporters, packed in behind the goal away to our right hand side. Oh, almost ready for the off. Referee just checking his two watches. Also should say hello to Andy Parks, who I know is listening at home, not feeling 100% health. So we hope he gets well soon. Head on down to Parks' place next week.
That's it. Get your kits, get your tops, get your City merchandise from Parks' place.
Are you on commission?
I wish.
False start at the start of this second half. Tamworth have gone too soon, so the referee's making them go back. Tonks starts again, plays it back to centre back and long down this right hand side. Crompton gets his head to it. He can't keep it in play, and that'll be a throw into York City. Deep inside their own half. They lead by 1-0. Ollie Pearce with that goal in the first half. Ollie Pearce, who else? Ian Dunn, what was the message at half-time, do you think, from the manager Adam Hinchelwood?
I think more of the same. It's been a really good, solid performance. They've kept the ball well, City, on a greatest surface in the world, and they've kept Tamworth at a minimum, really, from the throw-ins. And
into the York City penalty area, Tonks goes, nods it forward, cleared though by City. Then Ollie Pearce brings it down with the help of his hand, not spotted by the referees, allowed to burst forward to Ollie Pearce. Gives it to Nathaniel George. His thigh to hand. It was accidental, but it is his hand, and it comes from the York City wide man Nathaniel George. The goalkeeper is there to gather. Oh, they wouldn't have been happy, the locals, if that had ended in a York City goal.
No, it did look like a...
Oh. Well, it was handball.
Yeah.
It didn't just look like, it was.
Yeah.
Ball over the top, allowed to bounce by the defender, nodded back to his goalkeeper once more by Cullen and Liebert. Singh has the ball in his old yellow kit, luminous yellow, down the centre of the field, headed clear again by Fagan. Walcott sent back by Hollis, sent out to the left hand side by Creaney to Williams down the line, but batted as well for City. Travels back, a Tamworth man throws himself to the ground, not getting anything there. Looked up shyly at the referee gives nothing, he's up to his feet immediately, and Tamworth are forced all the way back once more to their goalkeeper Jasbir Singh, vastly experienced now. Telford, Gloucester City, Solihull, Kidderminster, he's been there, seen it, done it, but really enjoying his time at Tamworth. Keep seeing people on social media, some of these young lads, the analysts that are dissecting football these days, suggesting that he's been the best goalkeeper in non-league for a couple of years. I think you probably have to take exception to that. I can't believe that the best goalkeeper in non-league has been playing in the Midland Premier Division or whatever it's called in the National North the last couple of years, but he's clearly a decent keeper.
Yeah.
Ball down the line. Nathaniel George tries to keep that in play. He can't do so. It goes behind, and that will be a goal kick once more to the home team. The referee's assessor sitting just alongside me here at the back of this very shallow stand. Board member from Tamworth as well, sitting just in front of us. The referee wanting to have a word again here with two more Tamworth players. What's been going on here off the ball with Cullen and Liebert and whoever that is, Ben Milnes? It's a long chat for the two of them. What's he spotted here then, Ian, do you reckon?
I'm genuinely not sure. Ollie Pearce is hovering around the referee there, but unless it's just a bit of verbals going on, possibly.
Anyway, it is just a long chat from the ref. And the goalkeeper clears, headed clear by Sinclair for City, finds Pearce. Pearce takes the ball to the right hand side. Felix bursts forward. He's not going to get on the end of that though, is he? Joe Felix? No, he's not. Good defending by Tamworth, but Felix almost wins it back. He doesn't give in, does he, Joe Felix? And Tamworth do eventually clear their lines down the right hand side. Fagan Walcott wins York City a throw in. 3.5 minutes gone in this second period. Tamworth 0, York City 1.
Yeah, Joe Felix doesn't know what quitting means, does he? Just he'll chase everything. Not the best ball from Ollie Pearce.
Fourth official comes over there, stands by Joe Felix to make sure he doesn't steal any yardage on the throw. And Felix goes all the way back to his goalkeeper Harrison Mayle. Still continuing with the plan just to let York City have it at the back here, Tamworth, in the opening stages of this second half. That will surely have to change if they don't get that equalising goal.
Well, they're going to have to press every City player, aren't they? Because City are going to be quite happy keeping the ball. They're showing no urgency really in trying to get that ball back just yet. They're still keeping the shape and letting out Callum Howe have the ball.
Howe close them down.
There you
Gives
go.
it to Aguiar. Then there's long diagonal. Felix, lots of space again. The right side, good ball from Ricky Aguiar. Felix round the corner looking for Nathaniel George, who just can't get there. That was an uncertain bounce again, it seemed, on the field. Picked up the far side of the field. Aguiar's been dragged all the way across the right hand side here. Appeals for a free kick for something or other. Nothing given. Cleared by Hunt. Nodded back by Tamworth to the edge of the City box. Howe. Sinclair is fouled, is he, by Crompton? Referee says no. Not happy about that, Sinclair. Fed through the centre. Intercepted by Fagan Walcott. Nodded forward once more. On the stretch is Aguiar. Now it will come across this left-hand side. And Sinclair is going to go in a race here with Cullen Liebert. Liebert, good tackle by this big centre-back. Didn't let Tyree Sinclair get away from him. Throw into York City, 20 yards inside the Tamworth half.
Yeah, it's good play from Sinclair. He's took the defender on. Yeah, listen, fair enough. The defender got back, long legs. Sinclair couldn't quite get away from him, but he knows now. He knows he can't get away from this defender down the left. So see if his next move, he cut inside on him.
Back at his hometown club, Jordan Cullinan-Liburd holds the edge of the area now from the throw-in to Hunt. Second spell here for the big centre-back. Sinclair. Aguiar dinks it into the box, looking for Pearce over his head. Pearce says I needed a bit more of an angle on that, and it goes through to Singh. 1-0 City continue to lead. Tamworth on the left-hand side. Felix does really well, just brushes his man off. Joe Felix tries to feed it through. Sorry, Sinclair just couldn't find him. If he did, a slightly better ball, Sinclair was through on goal.
Yeah, good run from Sinclair, just inside Liburd, in fact. Joe Felix just getting too much on the ball.
And when they get this splurge of money that's going to come their way for their FA Cup run, Tamworth, you might think they'd spend a bit on floodlights here.
Yeah, well, at least they turned them on.
Because it's pretty gloomy out there, and it's not yet dark. The ball's into touch, 10 yards inside the half City are defending, so that means that Tonks has gone across again to take the throw in. What's he doing here? Oh, the fourth official again is telling him you can't, you're starting to steal some yards. And he's telling him you need to come back upfield. He's refusing to do so. He's already on a yellow card here, Tom Tonks. It is stupid football by the Tamworth midfielder. You're already on a yellow card. Get back and do as you're told. He's already booked the York City player for messing around with the throw-in. He goes short. What was all that about from Tonks? Surely a little bit of common sense comes into play. Shot comes in the edge area, blocked. Tamworth, that was half a chance. Bodied forward by Creaney. Wide right, Pearce is back there helping out his defenders, and he's holding off his man, and then Tonks pushes him over. Goal kick, brilliant again from Ollie Pearce. Tonks is now a bit chest to chest with Callum Howe, so he did push him over. Tonks has got to be careful. He's on a yellow card. He was arguing with the fourth official, and now he's pushed Ollie Pearce over behind the goal, and the referee's going to want a word with Tonks.
Yeah, Tonks just has a mad 3 minutes, 2 minutes there. First the throw-in, then the challenge, then the push on Pearce, and then the chest to chest with Howe. Maybe Howe's trying to draw him in on it because he'll know he's on a yellow. But I think Pearce fell awkwardly there as well from the push by Tonks.
He's up, he's alright, he's Pearce. But what Tom Tonks was doing there, I have absolutely no idea. It's just stupid.
Yeah, it's a real strange one.
Idiocy at the highest level, and the referee's now going to pull him across. What's he going to do?
He's going to say, next one, you're off. But I'm sure he is.
He's calling the captain as well. He's calling the captain across to say, you're number 4 here.
Could be
it's been pretty silly. Yeah, he's having a word. Andy's having a word with Howe.
Surprised he's not had a word with Tonks.
Well, I think he did as he was walking back before. He's now pointing at Tonks.
Howe's rightly so. He's asking the question. Hey, he's just pushed Pearce off the pitch. He's chest to chest to me, and you've not said anything to him.
Sam Mulhall, the referee.
Not even eyeballed Tonks there, the referee and the player.
Goal kick to City that Mail takes. So much ado about nothing in the end. He lays it off to Fagan Walcott. To Batty. Back to Fagan Walcott. He goes back to Mail. Early goal in the second half. Not too far away from here. Rushall Olympic have equalised against Scarborough Athletic. It's 1-1 there on DAB. Howe, long ball downfield. Crompton does really well, the fullback, nods it back to his goalkeeper. You see the tracker, even the linesman on this near side, the assistant's wearing to track his yards, how much running he does. Amazing that everyone's connected these days, aren't they?
Yeah, it looks like he's got a track in his arm as well or something. There's something on his back.
The arm's the power pack for the voice who can talk to the referee, and the trackers down the back of the, I don't know what they're called, they're sort of like a sports bra, aren't they, for men?
Yeah.
That he's got in his top. Throw in again to Tamworth, far side of the field, just short of halfway, and the referee making sure they don't steal more yards, and Adam Hinchelwood applauding the referee for ensuring that the throw-in is going to be taken from the right place. The fourth official's on his job as well over that far side. Down the line it goes, headed clear by City. It's past. Oh, that's a high boot on Pearce, surely.
His head was low, mind. His head was down.
Nothing given. He's all right, is Ollie Pearce. Sinclair has it.
Could have been a nasty
Nathaniel George. Nathaniel George still got hold of the ball. Did a full 360 before laying it up back to Batty. Hunt round the corner to Sinclair. Sinclair under pressure puts it straight back into touch for a Tamworth throw, and they're going to hopefully take, or they want to take it immediately. Tonks has it in his hand. Again, the fourth official is standing there on top of him, refusing to let him take it, and he's still arguing his Tonks. You're on a yellow card. What are you doing?
Did he realise he's on a yellow card, I wonder?
It's just stupidity.
Yeah.
And the referee again has had a quiet word with him. Downfield, how? Maybe he wants Christmas off, Ian.
Well,
One game banned for 2 yellows. Who knows?
Heard those stories
Is he
before.
busy next weekend? Sent forward by City, headed clear by Tamworth. Middle of the field, the red and black shirts have it to Williams on the left-hand side. Felix goes across to meet him and puts it into touch for a throw-in. He thought it should have been a York throw-in, not given by the referee. And Tonks again is going to wander across to take it.
Yeah, here we go. Bombardment here now.
This is the first one that's coming into that box in the second half. Hollis has a word with the ref. It's told to go away. And Tonks leans back against the advertising hoardings before beginning the 3 or 4 pace run up to see how far he can get this into the York City box. All the way into the York City box. Mail gets his hands to it, 2 hands to it, and the referee says it's a foul.
That's one heck of a throw.
6 of one, half a dozen the other there, I'm afraid.
Yeah.
Not really sure how he's seen this foul, but the referee has given York City the free kick.
Yeah, we'll take it. Wrexham Mail will take it. But that was right, almost underneath the crossbar from midway through the half. Wow, what a throw.
Mail gets ready to take the goal kick. Gives it again to Fagan. They're still happy for City to knock it around at the back. Fagan Walcott to Felix at right back. Back it goes again to Fagan Walcott. If you missed it in the first half, Ricky Aguiar this afternoon at left back for York City.
And he's not been tested, has he?
Not once.
Not once in this match has Ricky Aguiar been tested.
Mail again to Fagan Walcott. He looks forward, goes back to his goalkeeper for a second time. He gives it to Howe. Again, they're just standing off 20 yards off City. Howe puts his foot on the ball. No interest in pressing York City here. And he sends it back to Fagan Walcott. Fagan Walcott up towards halfway, long ball down the centre of the field, looking for Pearce, got behind the defenders. Pearce brings it down, men getting back, tries to lift it forward, hits a Tamworth man, spins off him. Is it going to go out for a corner kick? No, it's kept in by Tamworth, the far side of the ground in front of the York City supporters. Then the block challenge comes in and it goes behind for a goal kick. 1-0 City still lead.
Great run from Pearce, but the ball from Fagan Walcott was fantastic. Almost within an inch of Pearce's right foot. He took it down well. And he tried to chip the keeper, I think, didn't he? Just got blocked off.
They waited. They bide the time there, didn't they, as well, City? Knocking it around at the back. Armstrong for City on this left-hand side. Keeps it in play under pressure from Tonks. Sinclair. Armstrong again gets there. Not once, but twice. Gives it to Hunt. Back to Aguiar. Aguiar to Howe. Pushing the back from Crompton. Should be a foul. Will be a foul. Surely has to be a yellow card. This time for Crompton. It is. The totting up process there has got the Tamworth full-back very fortunate not to get a yellow card in the first half. It now comes out for Ben Crompton.
Yeah, he's protesting, but I'm not quite sure why. He's done so many niggly little fouls that it was coming, and that was the referee's seen enough.
We thought he should have been booked in the first period, didn't we, for the number of fouls?
Yeah.
And he's got the yellow card now. Aguiar's over the free kick then. Long diagonal ball. There's no one over there. What's he saying there, Ricky Aguiar?
Nothing.
He's put it into touch, the far side of the ground for a throw-in right by the corner flag. Yeah, it wasn't within 20, 30 yards of a York City player.
That was a strange one because actually Nathaniel George had come in field. I think maybe he was expecting Felix to run in behind the left back, but there was never
a bit of fade on the pass for it to come back. I don't know what he was doing there. The number 20 for York City. Anyway, throw-in taken by Tamworth, picked up by Felix again. Felix tries to get the cross in, he's going to get a second opportunity. Windsor throw-in again, identical position, far side, but this time it's a York City throw-in by the corner flag. 1-0 City lead. 59 minutes gone. Felix to Batty. Batty turns away from his man, tries to win a corner kick, gets it into the box, cleared at the near post by Tamworth, and then Howe at the back, bouncing ball, needs to get it right, and he does. Gives it back to Harrison Mail. Mail to Hunt. Hunt round the corner to Howe. Howe to Fagan Walcott. Back it goes once more to Callum Howe. Under pressure from Tonks. First touch wasn't great. He still picks out Fagan Walcott. Under pressure now. His clearance is blocked. Forced to create the edge of the area. Just couldn't get it under control. Shot comes in high, wide. Messing around at the back. Fagan Walcott and how the inquest starts. Fagan Walcott says to Callum Howe, I didn't want it back. You should have cleared long. You put me under pressure.
Yeah, there comes a time where you just got to put your foot through it. As for the finish from Craney, my word, that was woeful, wasn't it? Just again, high and wide. But yeah, City, it's not complacency. I just think they're so intent on looking for that pass, that extra pass. Sometimes you just need to say, do you know what, I'm going to boot this, and we'll regroup and start again.
There's been a lack of finesse about the Tamworth finishing, shall we say. You can't always just boot it as hard as you like.
Absolutely, I think that is it. They've lashed almost everything towards goal.
They've been in a couple of really good positions. Should really have called Harrison Mail into action a bit more than they have, as he's not been troubled at all so far this afternoon, the York City goalkeeper, as that clearance is blocked by Nathaniel George. So we're past the hour mark now. Still no changes for either side. Can't be far off. That fourth official's going to have some work to do, apart from just stopping both sides from stealing yardage on throw-ins. He's going to have his board soon, I would have thought. York City have a throw-in now on the edge of their own penalty area. And Felix has in his arms. On his hands. He takes to Batty, back to Felix to send forward. Headed clear, picked up though by Nathaniel George, got in front of his man. Referee thinks about giving the foul, doesn't. He feeds it through for a throw into York. Pierce, and there's a push in the back on Nathaniel George. This will be under the yellow card for a Tamworth man. As they tried to take a quick free kick, I think it's Cullen and Liebird just pushed him over. Nathaniel George off the ball to stop the quick free kick this quick throw-in being taken. He now goes into the book.
That was just another silly one, really. That's two now off the ball.
There's some really
strange decisions.
Well, no, not strange decisions. Strange decisions by players, not by the referee.
Got it right. Yeah. Strange decision by the players.
He's getting his card out again here to book someone else now. Who's he booking now? He's booked the other big centre-back, Hollis. Or has he booked Creaney? No, he's booked Creaney.
For talking. Because he was warned in the first half, to be fair. The referee warned him in the first half.
Crazy from some of the Tamworth players that are starting to lose their heads for no particular reason here.
It's not been a dirty match. Unless you're right, David, and a couple want Christmas off. Who knows? They're going the right way about it.
Well, that's one less game to get injured or suspended in ahead of Tottenham.
And that, yeah. It does make you wonder. It's silly, really.
Completely bonkers. And
Tonks is one little moment away from being sent off, really. So, yeah.
Felix to Hunt. Back it goes to Hunt. Now to Batty. Under pressure in the centre circle. Dan Batty did really well. He put himself under pressure.
Yeah.
Fed it back to Mail. He gives it out to Fagan Walcott on the right-hand side. Long ball down the centre, intercepted by the centre-back Hollis. Deflects into the left-back position that Fairlamb's going to let it go into touch. He hopes it was going to. It doesn't. Robbed by Felix. Brilliant from Joe Felix. Edge of the area. Armstrong lays it off into the centre. Aguiar shoots. Blocked. Great block. That was heading for the back of the net.
Brilliant football from York City, and Joe Felix in particular. Fantastic out on that right-hand side, and he created the opening for Aguiar. It was a decent strike from Aguiar. Good defending from Tamworth.
He takes the throw in, does Aguiar. How? Batty let that ball under his foot again. Got there just in time. Had to hurriedly clear in the centre of the field. Milnes beaten to it by Armstrong. Milnes didn't know Armstrong was there. He gives it to Felix. City on the front foot once more. Round the corner it goes. Nathaniel George in the penalty area. Tries to pull it back. Can't find a York man. And they clear once more Tamworth. But Fagan Walcott's first there this time. Now he can come forward with it. Lays it off to Aguiar on this left-hand side. City need a second goal. Aguiar to Sinclair, little back heel around the corner, can't find his man, and now this is really nice play from Tamworth, who come forward down this right hand side into the centre for Creaney. Creaney lays it off round the corner, edge of the penalty area on this right hand side. Tamworth forced wide, tries to cross into the box, cut out though at the near post by Batty. It was an almost move that really for Tamworth, who never really getting the ball under control when they initially wanted it. City now can come forward on the left hand side with Sinclair. The game's opening up. City still leading by a goal to nil. 64 minutes gone. Batty back to Aguiar. Infield to Hunt. Hunt turns away from Morrison. Felix to the right hand side to Nathaniel George. Nathaniel George going to run at his man. Again, he comes in field, 25 yards from goal, 30 yards from goal. Pushed back slightly across to Aguiar. Now to Sinclair. He continues the run forward as the former Swindon man into the penalty area. Armstrong. It's just behind Aguiar. And he's not going to be able to keep that in. And that'll be a throw into the home side. Decent play, just lacking that final ball, Ian Dunn.
Yeah, exactly. And York have had a lot of that in the second half. When they've applied the pressure, they've made Tamworth look a bit worried. But you say that final ball, that final bit of delivery, not quite there, but they're working hard to get there.
Batty can't control it from the throw-in down the line. Falls to Craney. He tries to let it through. Flag stays down. The throw on goal here, Tamworth. Now the flag goes up. He did look offside.
He was.
Let's have a look at the replay. We'll let you know if he was in a second.
Good half a foot off.
It was a good
see from here.
There was a good block by a City defender anyway.
Yeah.
Let's have a look in a second as we approach the halfway point of this second half. I'll bring you some latest scores in a second from the National League. As Mail takes the ball outside his penalty area and they get ready to take the free kick through Howe. No, you can't say on that. I think he probably was just about offside. Latest scores in the National League. Fylde 1, Eastleigh 1, Aldershot 1, Halifax 2. Free kick taken down the right hand side. Flicks off the Tamworth head. Infield though. It's not cleared their lines. They will do now. Altrincham 1, Sutton 0, Barnet 4, Ebbsfleet 0. Dagenham 0, Rochdale 0, Gateshead 4, Woking 0. City win the ball back in the centre of the field. Armstrong to Sinclair in the penalty area, wide left, needs some help, getting it on that right foot, comes in field now. Sinclair takes on the shot, deflects behind, corner kick to York City. Maidenhead 0, Solihull 0, Oldham 2, Wheelstone 2, 2-2 now there. 0-0 between Southend and Hartlepool, and Yeovil 1, Braintree 1. Sorry, Ian.
No, I'm just saying a real feature of City's play today, David, has been they've won every second ball, or they've been in contention to win every second ball. City's harrying and their pressing has been outstanding at times, and that's why they've had more of the ball. They keep winning it back. As soon as Tamworth get the ball, City are all over them like a rash.
City's first corner of the second half, fourth of the game. Tamworth haven't had one yet. It's going to be Aguiar this time from the near side. In-swinger in front of all those York City supporters. They've gone short to the near post. Pearce gives it back to Aguiar. Now it comes in a second time. Cleared by Tamworth. Crompton it was, who clears up towards halfway. And now Armstrong's beaten too, and they play it through, but the City are getting men back in the centre. Hunt pulls into his man, catches his man. He's hurt, at least he's claiming he's hurt. Tamworth want a sending off. It won't be a sending off. I think it'll be a yellow card for Alex Hunt. I think he did foul his man. I don't think he was through on directly on goal. It's in the centre of the field. What's the referee going to do here?
Yeah, Alex Hunt committed himself to the tackle, and he was just late. It's a definite foul. Probably a yellow card. It's definitely not a red. No, in my eyes anyway. There was too many players on the cover, and I don't think the Tamworth player had the ball in possession anyway.
Centre of the field, he plays it past
tackle,
him. There's a man just behind him. It'd be very, very harsh if that's a red card.
Yeah, absolutely. I think yellow absolutely tops. Even if he gets a yellow, it's a foul. Of that, there's no doubt.
Well, he's getting treatment as Alex Hunt. I'm not sure if he is actually hurt or if this is just to try and persuade the referee not to giving a card.
Deflecting tactic there. The referee's top's the same colour as the goalies.
Yeah, well, the Tonks has gone across again. He's in the referee's face here trying to get Alex Hunt sent off.
It would be ludicrous sending off. I'm not even sure it's a yellow. He's going to get the yellow, I think, but
yeah, the card's out for Alex Hunt. He's pulled to his feet by the physio.
He's getting the yellow because he went down too early, Hunt, didn't he?
It is a yellow card for Alex Hunt. Yeah, he went to ground, didn't he?
Yeah.
Desperate sort of lunge.
To be honest, it was a bit of it was all City's undoing, really. There was a bit of sloppy play in there and it allowed Tamworth to break. Thankfully, Hunt was in a good position to make that challenge, albeit illegal, as the referee saw it. City something to defend here.
They're trying to steal a few yards again here. The referee in front of the referee. Milnes has been told no further. There's the whistle. Everyone on the edge of that York City penalty area. City got everyone back. He sends it forward. Milnes, diagonal ball, one at the back post, into the arms of Harrison Mayle it goes.
Yeah, good defending from City, managing that situation really well. Two big lads at the back stick. Just didn't have a free challenge.
First change about to come on for York City. Hunt, because he had treatment, is still off the pitch at the far side. That 30-second rule. Dipo Akinyemi is stripped and ready to go. Probably, it'll be Nathaniel George, I would have thought, or Sinclair. Poor play at the back from York City. Batty, a really poor layoff back to Fagan Walcott. And now this means a Tamworth throw-in, level with the edge of the York box, in just the position you don't want to give Tamworth a throw-in.
Yeah, and Batty wasn't really under like a massive amount of pressure there, so just a little bit slack play from City
really
there.
Sloppy. they'll be furious if this leads to an equalising goal.
Yeah, they've just got to defend it well, defend it properly. I see Callum House, the free man, he's going to try and win the header.
And it comes now.
There you go.
Wow, as far as the back
word.
stick. They've won the first contact as well of Tamworth. City managed to scramble it clear back up towards halfway.
He's thrown that beyond the goal.
He has. Crossfield ball. Tonks is going to keep it in play at the far side. Under pressure from Pearce. Lays it off into the penalty area. Tamworth cross comes in. One at the near post though. And City are able to clear. Off to Sinclair, brings it down his chest. Sinclair needs a bit of help in the centre circle. Turns away from his man. Now he can feed it through to the right hand side. City got men forward. Pearce, tight angle into the penalty area. Pearce brings it back on his left foot, lays it off. Shot comes in into the arms of Singh. Poor shot from Sinclair in the end.
It was. Sinclair did ever so well on this halfway line. Brought it down really well. Brought Pearce into play. But the return pass from Pearce just not capitalised on by Sinclair there. He's looking tired now, Tyrese.
Yeah, maybe Sinclair that comes off a poor ball forward from Cropton straight into touch for a York City throw-in on this near side, the Tamworth right. Here comes the change.
I think he's shattered, Tyrese Sinclair. I think he's the man. He's going to be the man to make way, I think. He's put a big shift in for City. A lot of work. No, it's not. It's actually Nathaniel George, I think. He's coming off first.
Yeah, you're right. Akinyemi for Nathaniel George.
Probably not seen enough of Nathaniel George in the second half. I think the manager will probably just freshen things up a little bit.
Sinclair's going to go across to the right hand side. Akinyemi's going to come across to this left.
I want to see Dippo getting, we know what he's got and what he can bring to the team. Can he produce something and get himself out of this little sort of mini slump that he's been having?
Yeah, it'd be nice.
Yeah.
Sent forward, Creaney nods down to the centre of the field to Morrison. Morrison to the left hand side. That's got to be a foul in the York City penalty area. It is.
Yeah.
Again, brilliant from Joe Felix.
Yeah, he's just
gets himself in between man and ball.
What a little player he is. Absolutely. Tigerish.
Yeah, he certainly is. Mail takes the free kick long down the centre of the field. Looking for Pearce. Headed clear by Hollis. Only as far as Sinclair on the right hand side. Sinclair's run back 20 yards here, back to halfway. Felix and Tamworth are able to send it long. Creaney flicks off the head of Fagan Walcott. Howe's got to get there, and he does. Into the centre circle to Crompton. He does well to sidestep Armstrong. He comes forward. Back out to the left hand side it goes. Well, that far side to Kai Williams. He's got an overlapping runner. Fairlamb, in it comes to the box. Headed clear by Batty. Not a great header though. Picked up again on the far side by Williams. Again to Fairlamb. Felix tries to stop the cross coming in, and of course he does. And Sinclair then is fouled in the back. And that's a free kick to York City. You bought that one, did Tyree Sinclair, but it's the right decision.
Yeah, cute play from Sinclair. He needed to do something there, and he's gone down under the challenge.
28
team chance.
28 minutes gone in this second half. Tamworth 0, York City 1, as it has been all the way through since the 17th minute when Ollie Pearce gave City the lead. But it's a battle. You're feeling the second goal would kill this game off, but until it comes, if it doesn't come, you feel as though we're maybe living on our nerves a little bit, Ian.
Tamworth haven't really put us on any sort of intense, consistent pressure, but you just feel they could at any moment, with that throw-in they've got as well. It can just turn on a knife edge. City just get that second goal. I think it does put it to bed.
Singh has it at the back. You hear Tamworth fans banging on the back of the stand right behind Adam Hinchelwood's dugout on that far side of the ground. Armstrong for City. Lays it down the line to Pearce. And to Sinclair. Long diagonal ball looking for Akinyemi. That's so soft. Crompton just threw himself to ground. There's absolutely nothing wrong there.
Crompton's laughing.
He is laughing. There's absolutely nothing there. That's shocking, referee.
Unless Dippo's been on the weights, David. That was embarrassing. And he's gone down like the proverbial sack of spuds there.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's one of the worst dives I've seen.
Yeah, but the referee bought it. What? Crazy.
The home side have it at the back. One in midfield though by Batty.
Now
gets away from his man. He's going to feed it to Akinyemi now on this left hand side. Run at him now. He's on a yellow card, Dippo. Get down the line. That's where he's going. Down the line he goes. Gets past Cropton, gets across into the box. There's no one there. It's a deep one. Going to be picked up by Sinclair by the corner flag at the far side of the ground. He goes to ground looking for a free kick. That's never a foul either.
No.
And now Tamworth can come forward. Given away though. Only finds Felix. Back it goes via a deflection to Hunt. Hunt down the right hand side again to Felix. He tries to send it down the line. York City throwing halfway inside that Tamworth half. City still one up. They're on BBC Radio York. 8000 321 333. Start your message with the word York if you want to send us a WhatsApp. 81333 on the text. Again, start your message with the word York. At BBC York Sport. At the Crescent 78. Get in touch. Pete will go through all your messages before 6 o'clock tonight.
Akinyemi's just seen that he can go flying past Crompton. He's just too fast for him. And like you said, David, Crompton's on a yellow as well, so give the ball to Dippo and let him run him.
After us at 6 o'clock tonight, it's Upload with Hannah, Sackville Bryant, and then BBC introducing with Jericho Keys at 8 o'clock. More sport for you on Tuesday night when Scarborough Athletic on the road once more. Another ridiculously long Tuesday night trip in National North when they go to Hereford. Edgar Street. Hereford. The destination for Jonathan Greening's side.
North. Just doesn't make sense. We've been there a few times, haven't we?
We have. Good old-fashioned ground though, isn't it?
Oh yeah. Good ground.
Howe into the centre circle to Pearce, who's dropped deep. Sends it out to the right hand side to Sinclair. Now Pearce gets on his bike through the middle. City have got men forward. Sinclair, deep cross into the box. Akinyemi at the back post again. He's going to try and keep it in play by the corner flag, and he does. From one side of the field to the other. Now he's going to run at Crompton again. Akinyemi tries to pick out Armstrong. Poor pass from Akinyemi. Good tackle by Batty in the centre field. And then Hunt tries to win it for York City. He can't do. Sinclair does though for City. Sinclair does really well. It's edge of penalty area. Lay off around the corner. He does. Poor ball. Lay it off to Armstrong. Tackle comes in. Throw into York.
It's that final pass. That final bit of just composure sloppy on the ball. He's done ever so well, Tyree Sinclair, to win the ball back. He's done brilliant. But just that final pass. Set your player up. Set your colleague up for an easy pass and just couldn't quite do it. But it's good stuff from City. The energy is fantastic. Right throughout the team.
13 minutes to go, plus injury time. City still one up. Far side of the ground for Joe Felix to take a throw in by the corner flag. Gives it to Armstrong. Armstrong gives it back to Felix. Felix gets away from his man. Edge of the penalty. Oh, a little drop back to the turn. Felix wins the corner. Brilliant again from Joe Felix. He's City's man of the match today.
He's verging on ridiculous, isn't he? He just keeps coming out with something else that we can applaud him for. I think that was a little pirouette on top of the ball that beat the man. All ends up there.
Certainly was brilliant, absolutely brilliant from the number 23 over that far side.
Yep.
Corner then for City, their 5th of the game. Batty gets ready to swing it in, and it comes now. It's a deep one into the centre. Howe wins the header. First ball, scramble in the penalty area, not cleared yet. Shot comes in, another corner to York City.
There's Pellet. Yeah, Malachi Fagan-Walcott, it fell to him about 6 yards out, but there's just too many bodies there. Couldn't squeeze it into the back of the net, but he has won a corner. The City fans there willing this in. That place will go berserk if City were to score.
Aguiar to take the one from this near side.
Hopefully don't jump over it though. It's a long drop, isn't it?
And it comes now, near post. Flicked on by Akinyemi. Good save by Singh. Falls the edge here. Batty. Good block in the centre of goal. And now there's a foul off the ball here in the centre circle. Free kick to Tamworth. Yellow card for Marvin Armstrong, and he doesn't complain. So the referee must have got that right.
Great corner in there. Dan Batty, I think it was, wasn't it? And then Akinyemi, so unlucky. Lovely glancing header. I think, was it Singh made the save?
Yeah, it was Fagan-Walcott actually.
No, that was the first one, yeah. It was the corner that's...
Change now for the home team.
Oh, it's a good save. It's a good save.
It was. What did they expect them to make, though, I think, having seen it back on the replay?
Yeah. The 80th minute, replacing number 8, Ben Merrill.
Here comes a Tamworth change.
It's from Chris Wright.
It's Chris Ray, the striker, comes on for Ben Milne, one of the defensive midfielders. So an attacking change. Second change as well. Bekray Inoru. Another attacker comes on. I didn't see who went off there. Ian, did you see who went off?
I was looking at the name.
Second one,
Nova.
free kick for Tamworth, lobbed into that York City penalty area. Then a big lofted ball. Harrison Mail comes together. Nothing given by the referee. He does eventually give York City the free kick.
The referee gave the foul. I think the Tamworth player will be more than happy about that because the ball fell to him right in the middle of the goal, 3 yards out, put it over the bar. Bekray Anoru, just come on.
Yeah. So 2 attacking changes. Chris Ray, of course, the relation to Christopher Ray. He's gone really. I've thought long and hard about naming his son there.
Yeah.
Christopher, I'll call him Chris.
Put a lot of creativity into that one.
Uncle of George as well. Goal kick then for Harrison Mail.
So it was Milnes and McGlinchey who came off.
McGlinchey, the second man who went off on that right hand side. Picked up in the centre circle by Batty for York City. City lead still by a goal to 0. 9 minutes plus injury time to go. Down the centre of the field. Oh, Armstrong almost got there, but Hollis defends well. Then there's a long diagonal ball that Aguiar has to cut out, and he does really well. Ricky Aguiar up against Chris Ray. Now in midfield, Hunt can't bring his man down because he's on a yellow card. Akinyemi cuts back in. Still got it on this right hand side. Bekray Anoru. Then the tackle comes in from Akinyemi, and the referee gives the free kick. I think he's also given a yellow card to Dipo Akinyemi.
I'm not sure. I mean, yeah, listen, Akinyemi put his body in the way, but Ray made absolutely certain he was getting the free kick out of that.
He looked dangerous there, though, didn't he?
He did. He looked quick, nippy. Maybe Tamworth managers realised that they haven't really tested Aguiar as a left back.
Former Barwell Town man, so he's made a step up as well. Free kick that Tonks is about to put in. City setting up a 2-man wall just inside the penalty area. Aguiar and Hunt. Tonk gets ready to put it in. And it comes now into the centre of goal, headed away by Callum Howe. Edge of the area, shot comes in, and it's dragged well wide of goal. A few oohs and a few ahs, but it was a good 10 yards wide of goal when the shot came in on the volley from that man in Uru.
Yes, yeah. Good defending from City.
Should have done better with that as well. He's got a free shot. I know the ball's bouncing around, but he should hit the target. Another change coming here for York City. Who's this coming on that far side, Ian?
It's so dark over there.
Its lights are terrible.
Is it?
It's Ricky Aguiar's gone off.
Fallowfield
is coming on. So
Felix.
I think we can guess that's going to be Fallowfield goes to right back and Felix will come across to left back.
Well, you would think so, but we've got the ball right now. The message hasn't got to Joe Felix, David.
It will do in a minute, maybe.
Yeah, but you've got Fallowfield and Felix over on the right hand side. He wants to be coming unless
Sinclair's dropped into left back.
We've changed to 3 at the back.
Ball downfield that Pearce runs after. Crompton does well, sells in the dummy, and he's able to come forward. It's
Sinclair's playing left wing back.
Sinclair's playing left wing back, Felix right wing back, and City have gone to 3 at the back. 3 centre backs. Fallowfield, one of those 3 centre backs. Good tackle comes in. Tonk sends it forward once more. Big bounce of the ball. Fagan Walcott as well, and then Felix is fouled.
Yep. Yeah, definite foul. Referee's seen it.
Taken quickly by Batty, but the ball was moving. You see an aeroplane and its lights flashing in the distance over the back of the stand opposite on its way into Birmingham International.
739 back to the 620 from York.
Wow.
620 York fans. I didn't hear what the overall attendance was.
Harrison Mail's just gone down off the ball here, David.
Harrison Mail's gone down off the ball, yeah.
It's tactical to slow the game down a bit.
Well, let's hope so, because we don't need Harrison Mail getting injured.
No.
Just flexing that right leg.
Yeah, his kicking muscle. I think maybe we keep the ball out just there.
And again, it means that the York City players can go across and get some drinks and some instructions from their manager. Well, it's 1-0.
Probably clever.
It is nervy.
It's probably clever because we have turned to 3 at the back here, and I bet this is just to give the manager a chance to reinforce his message to the players.
Let's run through the latest scores then in the National League. City are still top on virtue of goal difference as things stand. Fylde 1, Eastleigh 1, Aldershot 1, Halifax 2, Altrincham 1, Sutton 0, Barnet 4, Ebbsfleet 0, Dagenham 1, Rochdale 0, Gateshead 4, Woking 0, Maidenhead 1, Solihull 0, Oldham 3, Wealdstone 2. They've completely turned that around of Oldham. Southend 0, Hartlepool 0, and Yeovil 2, Braintree Town 1. Scarborough Athletic still leading, I think, at Rushall. 1-1 in National North, isn't it? Between Rushall Olympic and Scarborough Athletic. And that game, of course, is on DAB if you want to listen to that one this afternoon. Still 1-0 though here to City. He is up, Harrison Mail. We are now ready to get back underway. 5 minutes of normal time plus a decent chunk now, you would have thought, because of a couple of stoppages and the subs in this second half. Still instructions coming on here from Adam Hinshaw. Tyree Sinclair right in front of us asking where he's supposed to be playing. He's been told to go a bit further forward. Mail sends it forward, looking for Akinyemi. Cropton wants to get into a wrestling match really with Akinyemi there. Wasn't interested in the ball whatsoever, but Akinyemi can't keep it in play, and it goes behind for a goal kick.
City can almost taste them 3 points, David. If they can see this match out, be a welcome 3 points on the travels.
Certainly would be, but there's still plenty of time to go here, and it is such fine margins. Ball won by York City on the far side, then taken down City van by a Tamworth player. Referee allows play to go on, and there's a second foul. This one is York City who are penalised. York City wanted the initial free kick that wasn't given for whatever reason. So it's a free kick to Tamworth, just short of halfway, left-hand side of the field, that Singh's going to come out of his penalty area to take. Into that York box it goes, direct, route 1, headed away by City, but it's going to be picked up by a black and red shirt at the far side of the ground. I think it's Ray over there. City try and get an interception, get a little nick of it, which forces Tamworth away from goal. Back again, down the left-hand side to Fairlamb. He's held up. Fairlamb, not once, still being held up over there, but Hunt can't bring him down because he's on a yellow card. Deflected cross in, referee says that hits the York City man's chest. Hunt tries to get it out of play, gives it to Batty, does really well.
Word, he's in,
Batty
Dippo.
clears. Dippo, if he can bring it down to control, he can. Through on goal, Dippo Akinyemi, 1-1. Singh comes to meet him, and Dippo's first touch just let him down. It just gave Singh the opportunity to come and meet him, and he clears over the stand from the edge of his penalty area.
Dippo, this is what I was saying before the game about touch and controlling the ball. He was the favourite on the ball, on the run, but his second touch, maybe his first touch, has just knocked it ahead of him too far, and dear me, I just thought that this is your moment. Go and win the game for City. I'll make sure of the points.
Another change for Tamworth. It's Kai Williams that's coming off.
Substitution in the 88th minute for Tamworth. Replacing 14, Kai Williams. 34, Jordan Ponticelli.
Jordan Ponticelli, the man who they signed yesterday from Hales Owen, is on. Big striker. York City penalised on the edge of the Tamworth area.
One to watch. You never, when players get the debut, sign the day before, how often do you hear the hero story? City have to be sharp here.
He's former Wrexham man.
Throwing players forward now, Tamworth, as you would expect at this stage of the match.
He was training in pre-season as well, was Ponticelli, so they do know a little bit about him. Goalkeeper's tried to take this free kick too quickly. The referee's going to make him take it again. The linesman wasn't back in position to make sure that everyone was ready. So just under 2 minutes until we see what's going to go up on the board. He's been told he's still trying to steal yardage. The linesman making Singh take it back 3 or 4 times. Again, that is just stupid football by the Tamworth goalkeeper.
City fans doing
very similar to the Andre Onana, if anyone watched the European game last week, where he kept being told to take it back and back and back and just refused to take it back. Just wasted their own time. Throw in to Tamworth, it goes into touch. 15 yards inside the York half. Again, it's Tonks time.
Don't say that.
He's got it in his hands.
Got to win that second
above his
ball.
head. In it comes now. Into the penalty area. It comes. Flipped on. And Harrison Mail can't keep it out. The long throw's done for York City. Yeah. It got a flick on. And Mail couldn't stop it. That's the equalising goal. In the 89th minute. It's 1-1.
No, that's... You just felt... When you said Tonks time, I'm thinking... it's been a danger all afternoon, but that one really was dangerous, and it's, if you play that kind of football, you'll be delighted with that kind of goal. And City couldn't defend it.
It's the big centre back, Cullinan Liebird as well.
Vicious throw in.
Will be handing over top spot.
Oh, it's not over yet. Yeah, I mean, City have been the better of the two sides. But that throw-in, we said it, 10-15 minutes ago, that throw-in, they've always got that.
Called, all the Tamworth players have been called across by their bench now to take on more instructions.
Yeah. They always had that weapon. The longer it's 1-0, that weapon becomes even more dangerous because you get nervy when it's getting put into the box.
Late goal for Scarborough Athletic at Rushall. They're now leading by 2-1. Lewis Maloney, I think it is, has got that one. Still over there taking on instructions of Tamworth. Bitterly disappointing that for City. Should be quite a lot of injury time here as well. Got to make sure that you at least take a point from this game. Yeah, the chance for Akinyemi was there.
It was
to wrap the game up.
That was the winning. That was your moment in football. You have moments, and that was Dippo's. Don't be too harsh on him. That's not the reason we haven't. It's 1-1, but you score that goal, you take that chance.
I think 5 minutes went up on the board.
Yeah, there's still time. But it just felt like City have maybe been pushed back and back and back. Can they get the foot back on the gas enough?
Just Singh now has gone down off the ball and the referee's having a go at him, telling him to get up. Still not back underway.
It felt like a cup tie this last 5 minutes when Tonks gets that ball out on there for the throw-in. You know what's coming. And Tamworth almost willed it in and it worked.
City will be disappointed though the way they defended it.
Yeah, I think so, because they know it's coming.
So Pearce gets ready to get play back underway. City making another change here.
Oh, Fallowfield, sorry.
Was it Tamworth? It's Tamworth, isn't it? Tonks is coming off now. He's done his work.
Wow.
He's done the damage.
There's 5 minutes to go there. Well, I'm glad he's gone off. From the other side. City will try and win it, but you don't want to get caught out by another long throw. The City just going to have to change their attitude for this last 5 minutes. They're going to have to go for it themselves.
They've already played 2 minutes of injury time. I think 5 went up. So they should now at least 7. So Fletcher comes on for Tonks.
Luca Thomas is coming on, David. By the looks of it, over there.
Batty clears long from the kick-off. Akinyemi wins the header.
The
goalkeeper comes and fumbles it. Edge of his area. Shot towards goal. Cleared off the line by Tamworth. They had a man back on the line. It was an awful mistake by Singh. Fagan Walcott gives it to Hunt from the throw-in. He has to go back into the centre circle. Can City eke out another late winner? Fallowfield. Howe. Hunt. Laid off by Akinyemi to Armstrong. Armstrong gets away from his man. Armstrong edge of the D. Armstrong shoots. It's wide of goal. The goalkeeper just stood there. It can't have been far wide. Just couldn't direct it on target.
It was inches, wasn't it? Oh my word, Marvin Armstrong bursting forward and just the wrong side of the post. The keeper was beating all ends up, wasn't he? He's looked jittery. Just seen. Times this last 10-15.
Here comes Thomas. He's coming on for Armstrong.
Wow.
15 Marvin Armstrong, 29 Luca Thomas.
So Thomas is on.
So Kanyemi going down the middle by the looks of it.
Singh clears. Flicked on by the new man for Tamworth. Down this right hand side. Fallowfield looking for Batty. Throw into York City. Now the refereeing lines would have decided it's not a York City throw, it's a Tamworth throw. They didn't have a clue between them.
No, not Scooby-Doo. Oh dear.
So 1-1, BBC Radio York. Throw in down the line for Tamworth. Headed infield by City. Sent long again from Tamworth. What's the referee saying? He said it's gone out of play again. York City throwing this time. You know what? He thinks he made the wrong mistake, wrong decision.
It's a typical corner situation, isn't it?
It is. So now he's turned it over. Long throw from York City. Flicks off a Tamworth head.
Go on.
Pearce just couldn't get there on the stretch. Tamworth running into a blind alley over that far side, but I think that's the man who... it's Hollis, isn't it, who just cleared. But that, as anyway, will do. Onto the roof of the York City dugout. Into the crowd it goes. They need a new ball. Fourth official has to get one out of his bag. Tricks over there.
City going to press. One more chance. One more chance to come. Just never know.
Fallowfield gets ready to take the throw in down the line, which he does. Akinyemi holds it up edge of the area. Akinyemi turns, still got it. Forced into the centre to Hunt. Hunt sends Sinclair wide by the corner flag. Didn't want it that far wide, you're right. Sinclair still got it. He goes back to Fagan Walcott. Fagan Walcott, deep ball into the box. That's giving Singh a chance. Oh, Singh's dropped it once more. Pierce lays it off now. Felix, cross the ball, and he almost goes in, but it's wide from Thomas.
He's took it off Akinyemi's foot. Oh, Akinyemi was in the middle, and Sinclair. I think Luca Thomas, he can't blame him. You know, the ball's been rifled in, he's got his foot on the end of it. But if he'd have missed it, Akinyemi and Sinclair.
How have they not scored there?
We're level on the goal spot.
It was a poor ball in as well. Singh should have gathered it easily, but he flapped at it.
Didn't he just?
And there's a Tamworth man down in his own goal.
Well, they're happy with the point now, obviously. City has certainly applied the pressure, but just that final touch missing there.
Completely flaps at that. He's told to get a move on again.
Oh, look.
It was he's on the stretchers, Thomas, and got directed towards goal. There's two men behind him. Akinyemi would have had a side-footed finish from 6 yards. Singh clears. Flicked on by Tamworth. Felix, far side of the ground, clears up towards halfway. Pierce flicks it infield to Akinyemi. Akinyemi's got runners off him. Akinyemi still got the ball. Gives it to Pierce. Pierce can't find the white shirt though. Tamworth are able to clear all the way downfield. It goes to Mail. We've played over 6 minutes, but there should be loads more injury time here. Ball downfield, headed clear once more by Tamworth. Another York City throw in on halfway. Can they just get one more chance, York City?
City's certainly have injected pace into this match now, this last 5 or 6 minutes. Can they get that extra?
Flicked on by Akinyemi. Cleared by Hollis. Clearance completed. Ball bounces in the centre circle. Hunt beaten to it in the air. Fagan Walcott's going to get there first. A little shove on him by Creaney. On the slide, Tamworth get round the back on this right-hand side. Into the penalty area. Pulled back to the edge of the box.
Trouble.
Miss. Shot about to come in. Tamworth blocked. Oh no, it's gone wide.
My word. How's he missed that? This game is too open now. It's too open, and Tamworth,
takes
that's
the goal
a great chance.
Straight away. Akinyemi flicks it on. Thomas tries to get it. He can't get there. Sinclair can. The referee has a look at his watch. Whistle goes towards his mouth. He doesn't blow yet, though. Throw into York City. He's got to keep playing here, the referee.
Dear,
played 7 minutes of injury time. Throw into York, halfway inside the Tamworth half. Just get a move on. Sinclair's told to take it from not steal any more yards. Just get it in that box if you can, York City. Fagan Walcott takes it short to Sinclair. Sinclair to Howe. Sorry, to Hunt. Now it goes to Howe. Now to Fallowfield. Get it forward, York City. Hunt. What are they doing, City, here at the back? Get it forward. Referee puts the whistle to his mouth and blows the full-time whistle. It finishes 1-1. That is 2 points thrown away, really, by York City. They had enough chances to win the game. They didn't take their chances in the second half. And then it was the long throw from Tom Tonks. City didn't deal with it. He went to the back of the net. And it finishes 1-1, Ian Dunn.
Yeah, I think that was so hard look for York City. I think overall City were probably the better of the two sides. Well, I think they were the better of the two sides. But when you've got Tonks and you've got that throw at 1-0, anything can happen, and that's exactly what did happen. York City have got caught out here today, David, and I think they'll be gutted that they haven't come away with 3 points. It's a good performance, a solid performance, but they've been undone by that long throw.
They have been undone by a long throw. The Tamworth fans in front of us turning around to us at the end there as they leave the ground saying York City were the best side. York City should have taken all 3 points, but they haven't done, Pete. A massive 2 points dropped here this afternoon. It finishes Tamworth 1, York City 1.
Weekday afternoons from 2.
With Toby Foster.
Hi Toby, my rescue dog has been with us since lockdown. She always gets birthday presents and Christmas presents.
What a kind person.
Oh, it's the month.
It's not, because I enjoy a little gravy bone.
Just buy some meat and cook it and then leave the bone.
You can't give someone a chicken for Christmas, can you?
You can't give them chicken bones.
Oh, right.
I just don't think spoiling dogs.
You've got a chair in the kitchen so the dog can sit with you.
Well, she likes that chair. Well, she's 14.
You know what she would like?
What?
A gravy bone for Christmas.
Weekday afternoons from 2.
Toby Foster.
BBC Radio York.
BBC Radio York Sport.
BBC Radio York Sport, Pete Spencer taking you through full time here at the Lamb Ground, where it's finished Tamworth 1, York City 1. Ollie Pearce with his 17th goal in all competitions, but City were undone by the long throw in the 89th minute and had to settle for a point away at Tamworth. That sees them slip down to second in the National League. Full time at Dales Lane, where Scarborough Athletic have secured back-to-back wins in the league for the first time since August. Let's get a full-time report from James Fletcher.
Thanks, Pete. There's a huge relief for the Scarborough Athletic supporters around Dales Lane. It was finished Rushall 1, Scarborough Athletic 2. When they kicked off for the second half, you had to say that Scarborough Athletic just needed the second goal first, and they would have been home and dry because Rushall lacked confidence and belief in the first 45 minutes. A stunning goal, however, from McClintock. 30-yard thunderbolt in off the crossbar. We debated if Whitley could have done better. We'll find out from Jonathan Greening, but nevertheless that was 1-1, and suddenly Rushall Olympic, bottom of the table without a win in 10, had their tails up. They kept barraging the Scarborough Athletic defence with very little success, and it took until the substitutions in the second half for Scarborough Athletic to really gather themselves together. Before the goal, Harry Green, who came on as a sub in the first half, was through one-on-one after winning the ball off the fullback, and he squandered a huge chance dragging a shot wide. It was that feeling that they were going to throw away 2 points, and it would have been a dismaying and heartbreaking draw until Lewis Maloney, who's back for the first time in 8 games, had a shot from the edge which hit the post. The rebound fell to him, same sort of distance, different result. Buried it into the corner, and Scarborough Athletic are coming away from the Midlands, Pete, with a 2-1 victory.
Fantastic result for Scarborough Athletic, just backing up that Tuesday night result thanks to James Fletcher. We'll be back with him shortly to get some reaction from the manager Jonathan Greening there as well. But you can get in touch as well. Your opinions are most welcome. You can text us 81333, start your message with the word York. You can WhatsApp us 08000 321 333, or you can tweet us at BBC York Sport. It's 5 o'clock though. Let's get a check on the roads. And in Harrogate, it's slow on Wetherby Road between the Kestrel roundabout and the Woodland Pub traffic lights. In York, it's slow on the York Outer Ring Road at the Haxby Road roundabout. Looking further afield, there's a breakdown on the M1 heading south from junction 33. That's the Catcliffe turn-off down to junction 32, the M18 interchange turn-off. There's one lane closed there and some queues. Roadworks to look out for in Hemmingborough. There are temporary traffic lights at the A63 Hull Road near School Road because of roadworks. Gas main work and emergency repairs have closed Woodley Avenue in York from Danebury Drive to Woodley Bank. Traffic is taking turns on Millfield Lane for electricity works near Nether Poppleton, and also taking turns on Front Street for gas main work and emergency repairs near Sowerby. And finally in Goole, traffic is taking turns on North Street for water main works near East Parade. That's your travel news for North Yorkshire. Don't forget, if you see a problem out and about on the roads and it's safe and legal, you can get in touch and let us know about it by calling 0800 111 48 49. So full time in all of our featured games here on BBC Radio York. It's just after 5 o'clock on Saturday the 14th of December, and this is The Verdict.
Have your say on your team. BBC Radio York Sport. The Verdict.
Where it's not been the best day for York City. They were leading early on through Ollie Pearce, but they've now slipped to second in the National League after conceding late on from the long throw.
And it comes now into the penalty area. It comes, flicked on, and Harrison Mail can't keep it out. The long throw's done for York City. Yeah. It got a flick on, and Mail couldn't stop it. That's the equalising goal in the 89th minute. It's 1-1.
In our early kick-off today, Harrogate Town suffered their third defeat in a row as they lost 2-1 away at Tranmere Rovers. Town took the lead through James Daly, a wonder goal from him, but conceded either side of half-time.
That's a lovely ball to Amari Patrick onto his right foot. He gets the shot, and off the post and in. Amari Patrick puts Tranmere Rovers in front, and Harrogate Town have lost their lead at Prenton Park, which they had early on.
But Scarborough Athletic